Welcome to the QRC Winter Games New Zealand, fuelled by Forsyth Barr. As the Southern Hemisphere's biggest festival of winter sport approaches its climax, we're heading to the Wakatipu Basin and Queenstown's Ice Arena, where the age-old rivalry between Australia and New Zealand takes to the ice. The Ice Blacks and the Mighty Roos have each won the three-game series twice, which means this year there are serious bragging rights up for grabs.
Always get a really good turnout down here in Queenstown, and looking forward to having another turnout like that this year. You know, we've got a good rivalry against Aussie in all sports, so certainly looking forward to that. The Aussies, they'll bring a strong team, and it's going to be fierce competition, as I think we always expected. We're in a really good position. We've got a few new players on the squad this year, and a lot of returning veterans, so I think, yeah, it's going to be good, really excited.
Obviously, a lot of us guys in the team have played together for a number of years, you know. It's nice to get together and do the exhibition thing, not quite at the time of World Champs, so it's into season, something to look forward to, and against Australia is always one of the best battles there is. Over the last few years, we're just getting better and better every year, you know, and I know that some of the newer guys get a few of the nerves and some of the older guys still do too, but when like playing out there, I feel we're on an even playing field really. I feel like we've stepped up a lot the last few years.
It's always cool to play in Queenstown. It's always the same us, no matter whether it's NZHL or anything else, Queenstown is a good one to play. Yeah, and that's a good experience for the boys too, because I mean, all of them have played here. But you know, playing for the team, for the national team, is a little bit different. So it's kind of a little bit next level up. 3 games, that's literally half of our season, because we play like 5 games in the Worlds, and you know, a couple usually pre that. So 3 games is a lot. We're here to win. Yeah, whether it's going to happen or not, you know, the game will tell. And Aussies here to battle as well. Yeah, so it will be, you know, hard. It's always harder to defend the title than to win it. So, but we are here with the task to defend it.
No mai, haere mai, kia koutou katoa. Welcome to the Queenstown Ice Arena for the Ice Hockey's Trans-Tasman Challenge Series, presented by Queenstown Resort College. Now, no matter what the code may be, New Zealand and Australia is a fierce, spoiling rivalry, and it's no different here with the Ice Blacks and the Mighty Roos as they get set for a 3-test series here. And I'm Logan Swinkle. I will be your Between the Bench commentator, and I'm joined by play-by-play Joel Rindelard and colour commentary Casey Lucas. Now, Joel, we saw in that opening package how confident, how buzzing these Ice Blacks are. What kind of advantage, what impact do you think having a home ice advantage does for these guys?
Well, they don't call this Hockey Town NZ for nothing. It's going to be rowdy, it's going to be raucous. This crowd is going to be ready to cheer on their boys. And if the Ice Blacks can tap into that kind of energy, I think it could really serve them well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, we know the Australians, they've just wrapped up their league with the Australian Ice Hockey League. Sydney Bears came away with the Goodall Cup. So they're coming in here fighting fit, ready to go. Whereas with the New Zealanders, they wrapped up their season a couple of weeks ago with the Sky City Stampede winning the final once again. 4th time in 5 seasons, pretty impressive feat. Casey, what do you think is going to happen there with the Aussies? You know, they've been fighting fit. They've got it under their legs. Do you think that's an advantage for them?
Well, it's quite interesting because hockey is a sport of superstitions, and I've been covering hockey for a long time, and one thing that I've noticed is that oftentimes rest can catch teams on their back foot. It's possible that the Australian team, since they've been playing right up until these last few weekends, it's possible that they're still going to be in the zone and hoping that they don't catch the Ice Blacks on their back skate.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, of course, we saw from the Ice Blacks, but before the game, we caught up with Australian Mighty Roos captain Liam Webster to see how the mood is in camp with them. Right, Liam Webster, captain of the Australian Mighty Roos. Obviously, we know that the Ice Blacks are feeling very confident coming into their series, playing it at home. What do you have to do in this first game to try and take away that home ice advantage?
I think we want to put the puck in the net, but we need to stop the Ice Black speed. Last year we got overrun in this little tournament, so I think if we can shut them down and win the middle of the ice, I think we should have a good shot.
Now, I've counted 7 Australians making their debut tonight in the green and gold. As the captain, what are you telling them before they hit the ice?
Just to do what they normally do. There's a reason they're here. Everyone has earned their spot to be here. It's not a World Championships, but it's definitely something that we take seriously. We, like the Ice Blacks, we use it as a bit of a selection ground as well. So just make the best of what they have. Do what they normally do. There's guys that have been around for a long time, just not necessarily on the national team. So everyone deserves to be here. They're all going to do what they can.
Coming towards the end of a long hockey season, why do you look forward to this Trans-Tasman Challenge Series?
It's good fun here. Queenstown's beautiful. The atmosphere in this building is incredible. It was so much fun last year, and getting to wear the green and gold is something that, as cheesy as it may sound, it's something that is not like anything else. Playing and representing your country is really special, and any opportunity to do that is a really cool thing.
All right, awesome, Liam. Thanks for your time, and all the best for Game 1.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, awesome, massive beer there from Liam Webster, as always. Now, checking out the Australian Mighty Roos lineup here, coached by Mate Loama. We have in goal Dane Davis starting from the Newcastle North Stars, and then backing up is Charles Smart. On defence, we have Zach Boyle, Daniel Pataki, Jamie Woodman, Robert Malloy, Robert Hazelhurst, and of course Captain Liam Webster. And then down into the forwards, we have Jonathan Bremner, Wahibi Darge, Hayden Dawes, Liam Manwaring, Austin McKenzie, Kai Miantonen, Patrick Nadine, Tim Newmark from the champion Sydney Bears, Aiden Salato, Vadim Vyasov, and of course Kieran Webster from the Perth Thunder. Now, Casey, who do you think we should be keeping an eye on here on this Australian side?
Oh, Logan, I've got to go with Dane Davis. He is making his Mighty Roos debut this tournament, but he is a seasoned hockey player. He's got overseas experience playing for the Kingston Frontenacs of the OHL, and he is also a 3-time Goodle Cup champion.
And for you, Joel?
Oh, I got to go with Rob Hazelhurst. Not the tallest guy on the ice, but maybe some of the most skilled. Playing some solid defense, but also put up more than 1 point per game. So a very versatile athlete there out on the ice.
And then my guy, I've got Kieran Webster. He won the award for Best Local Player in the IHL Awards. And then, of course, with the Fifth Liners podcast, he was Best Upcoming Player. And now with the home team, with the New Zealand Ice Blacks, coached by Anatoly Korozov, we have... in goal, starting Rick Parry for the Botany Swarm, and backing up him is Chaba Margos. In defense, we have Stephen Amston, Nick Craig, Mitchell Freer, Ben Harford, who is scratched for this game, Oliver Hay, Blake Jackson, Kahu Joyce, Mason Kennedy, Jackson Lane, and also scratched for this game is Gareth McLeish. Now in the forwards, we have Michael Atwell, Jordan Chalice, Chris Eden, Fraser Ellis, Benjamin Gavois, look out for him, Connor Harrison, Dale Harrop, Andre Kozak, who is sitting out this one, Braden Lee, Matt Schneider, you will not miss him, that guy is standing tall, Liam Webster making his debut for New Zealand, Ryan Strayer, and Robin Vortonov. Now Joel, who's your pick from that squad?
Oh, I got to go with the backstop, Rick Parry. He is dynamic back there, had a great year with the Botany Swarm, winning their team MVP, and he's also the most capped goaltender for the Ice Blacks. So look for him to be a stabilizing force back there.
What about you, Casey?
Mr. Can't Miss Him, Matt Schneider. I mean, I'm a Queenstown girl. I've been watching this Sky City Stampede all season long. Schneider had 29 points in the NZIHL regular season. He's won the Virgil Cup every time the Stampede have in their recent dynasty. He's a dynamic playmaking forward, and like Logan said, you will not be able to take your eyes off him when he's on the ice.
No, absolutely, very powerful. And then my pick is Liam Stewart. If you might recognize that name, actually, he is the son of Rod Stewart and Rachel Hunter, making his debut for New Zealand. He, of course, has accomplished a gold with Team Great Britain in previous tournaments in WHF. Great to have him down here in New Zealand. Absolutely torched the NZIHL this season. Became the top goal scorer. And he came away with all slew of awards. Team MVP honours with the Sky City Stampede, as well as League MVP and Finals MVP. So this is going to be an absolutely great series. I can't wait to see what's going on here. So just quickly, final predictions. What do you think scores game one?
Oh, that's a tough call right there, but I think this very veteran Ice Blacks team might give the Aussies all they can handle, but they do have quite a strong team this year.
I'm going to say the defending champs. The Ice Blacks are looking really confident. They were practicing so confidently, and with the addition of Liam Stewart as well, they've got quite a few assets.
All right, well, there you have it. The two teams, New Zealand and Australia, getting ready to do battle here in Queenstown, huddling up. I would have to say it's going to be a close one. My bet is maybe New Zealand, maybe the adrenaline's going to get them going. It is packed out here. All three games are sold out here at Queenstown Ice Arena. Fantastic turnout here. We got Kau Joyce. He's looking forward to this. You can see it. All these boys are rearing up. They love putting on this black jersey and representing New Zealand. And then, of course, in Australia, you've got 7 newbies, 7 rookies making their debut. It's going to be outstanding. So keep watching. Stay tuned here on Sky Sport 9 and on Sky Sport Now.
Up into the bench, and we'll get our first whistle of the day.
Stephen Amston for the Ice Blacks. He is definitely one of the players to watch this test. He had a fantastic season with the Sky City Stampede. He not normally a goal-scoring dynamo, but he had the end of his season, he just really ramped it up.
Now here's a centering feed is deflected into the near corner, and that's Liam Stewart to chase. He'll play on Austin Dawes. Now here's a loose puck, wide open. Kai Miettinen just misses wide, but it's kept in nicely at the line by Liam Webster. And finally out, and it's Schneider who'll play it. Over to the near side, there's a shot attempt by Stewart that's blocked. And finally played behind the net, it's Webster. He'll bring it around the wall as Miettinen will just try to chip it out, but that's kept in nicely. And then played into the near side, it's Chalice who'll play it into the far end. D-to-D play here by the Roos. Now they're up the ice, and they'll just send it all the way down and get some fresh legs on the ice as Perry, the goalkeeper, will leave it there for his defender. And now Strayer has it. He'll go near side, and it's played over to Ollie Hay. There's a one-touch pass, shot right on, and that is gloved by the goaltender, and we will get a whistle and a face-off in the offensive zone.
Dave is looking sharp early on. Oftentimes, if you don't get those early shots, of course, Joel here with me has played goal before. If you're not tested early, it can be a little rough sometimes.
Yeah, if you go for a while without seeing that rubber, things can get a little cold and scary things can happen. So good to see he's on point early. And there he is, quick again to cover up that loose puck to make sure no rebound opportunity is given for the Ice Blacks.
One Ice Black to watch down low in the slot, number 12, Braden Lee. He loves to lurk down low in the blue paint.
So there's a face-off won by Kieran Webster, no relation to Liam Webster. Just 22 years old, the Kieran Webster had a phenomenal year. for the Perth Thunder, helping bring them all the way to the championship game. And now here's Strayer with the puck at center ice. He'll try to backhand it in, and he'll go off for a change.
Just me, just me.
And the Roos are up on the far side. Pass just skipped over the stick and kept in nicely at the line there by Jackson Lane. And it's played all the way down. Gavois to chase. But instead, that comes over to the Roos. Now the Roos having a little bit of trouble here to break out, so they decide they'll skate it out themselves. And the centering feed there, but Blake Jackson's the first one there, and he'll throw it up the wall. And instead it's played over to the defense for the Roos. Now feed up here, tipped, and now an opportunity on the far side, but that is just out of the reach of the Roos attacker. Now a centering feed here is broken up by Dale Harrop, and he'll go the other way. Now the Ice Blacks with some speed. There's a shot knocked over to the near side, and now played to Woodman. He's looking up the ice. There's a shot from a sharp angle and a big pad save by Rick Perry as he saw that all the way. And it's back out to center ice to Bert Malloy. He was looking for his attacking forward, but instead that's broken up by the Ice Blacks, and it's Atwell to chase. Atwell tries to throw a body in, but instead that's played all the way to center ice as Jackson Lane will get it. And thrown back into the zone right on, forcing the goaltender to play the puck.
And as that puck rolls all the way back down, on up, they have waved icing off. Play will continue.
It's a good hustle there by the Roos to get back to cancel out that icing. And let's see if they can make anything happen here on the transition. There's a shot and another skate save made by Perry.
Dangerous turnover.
Now still in the zone, it looks like it's Jackson Lane to the far side. But unable to control the puck with the Ice Blacks, and now it's Miettinen bringing it in the zone. His backhander hits the side of the net, and it's Amston with the puck now. Amston skates off one defender, and then loses the puck and has to regain control behind his own net. Looking for Stewart, but that bounces off his stick. Now in the near corner, it's Schneider going after it with Kieran Webster. Now Webster with the puck. He gets that swatted off his stick right towards the goalkeeper, and we will get a stoppage of play as Perry holds on.
So what's your read on this first period of play so far? Quick, fast hockey at the moment. Not a whole lot of stoppages, not a whole lot of whistles.
Still pretty wide open, as I think these teams are just trying to feel each other out yet, as this is just the first game of three.
The first dance of many.
Indeed, so that's Miettinen on the draw. He loses it over towards the Ice Blacks. And now behind the net, still trying to jockey for position. They finally pops out to Amston. Now he's looking cross ice, is able to find Chalice. Now Chalice up to Schneider, the top line here for the Ice Blacks, trying to get something going. And a shot right on by Chalice. But that is seen all the way by Davis.
Now that top line, that's almost sort of an all-time great Ice Blacks top line out there at the moment.
Yeah, you've got the super freak Schneider, who sits at 6'7" and nothing but an athletic specimen. You'll see him all over the ice, along with, as Logan mentioned in the pregame, Liam Webster and Jordan Chalice of the Botany Swarm. Now there's a puck that flies right up over the glass into the netting, and we will get another whistle as the puck leaves the playing surface.
Here at Queenstown Ice Arena, those beautiful trusses and that low ceiling can sometimes, when people come down and play in the NZIHL, they almost say that the boards and the character of the building is sort of like a sixth man on the ice for the Stampede.
It's definitely a little bit of home ice advantage here for the Kiwi side, as they might have a bit more familiarity with this tiny NHL-sized rink. That's batted out of midair, and the refs are saying that was too high of a stick playing that puck above the shoulder, so we will get that whistle in a face-off into the Ice Black zone.
Interesting opportunity here for the Roos. We've seen them practicing that set play off the face-off with the quick little snapper.
So it'll be Fraser Ellis to take the draw against Kieran Webster. Webster wins it. Now played to his defenseman, but Chris Eden was attacking him. Still with the puck on the Roos. There's a break towards the center of the ice, but a great sliding block there by Freer to avoid a dangerous shot from the circles. Now the other way. It looks like Strayer has the puck. Long shot right on, but a pad save by Davis. Now Strayer again from a sharp angle. They shoot, he scores! Ryan Strayer off a turnover and a sharp angle, just squeezing that one between the pad and the post, and the Kiwis take a 1-0 lead.
I have been saying for quite a while now that Ryan Strayer quite possibly has the fastest acceleration in the NZIHL. You see him get breakaway after breakaway. He scores a lot of goals, and he's a great two-way forward.
That opportunity, unfortunate for Australia, because New Zealand are now up 1-0.
And that's exactly what you would imagine the Kiwis would like to do, is to get this crowd involved early and to kind of build on that momentum. So Strayer in the right spot at the right time, capitalizes. And let's see what the Ice Blast can do with a 1-goal lead. Here's a shot from Kahu Joyce. Plays for the Melbourne Ice in the AIHL. There's a shot right on, rebound, and another goal! The Ice Blacks strike again, and it's Dale Harrop in front of the net to give the New Zealand Ice Blacks a 2-goal lead.
Veteran Ice Black there, and Dale Harrop. Boy, that is not the defensive rebound that you would like to see if you're watching at home in Australia.
There is some shock faces here, Casey, on the Australian bench with the Kiwis up so quickly. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, the Ice Blacks are absolutely pumped to be up so quick. They'll be loving this, and so is the crowd.
Absolutely, a nice little centering feed there. Then it took Harrop a couple hacks, and he's able to just pop it over Davis. So maybe not the debut Davis was looking at early. We'll see how he settles in. So the Roos will start things again from their own end. Played up off the glass. Bit of an errant pass there as the Roos look a little bit shaken right now, unable to make some tape-to-tape passes.
And we just got a brief stoppage in play at the moment.
So just a brief moment here while we sort out the whistle. A great start for the Ice Blacks so far, who of course are the defending Cup champions, taking this 3-game test last year. So you got to imagine the Roos are going to want to get something going here. Now here's another shot, looking for Gap Wall in the corner, but it's Liam Stewart who's able to step up and keep that in. Try to play it to Schneider, and it looks like Schneider is going to be sent to the box as he accidentally trips up the Roos player, so he'll go off for a 2-minute tripping penalty.
This is going to be a great opportunity for the Roos to regain some of that lost ground. Early power play.
Especially on that power play, look out for Liam Stewart, who has one heck of a shot from the point for the Roos. So the Ice Blacks got to make sure not to give him any space. So it'll be Dawes to take the draw here for the Roos. And it goes straight to Liam Stewart. Now he's got some speed the other way. Stewart with some room, a shot, and he just misses wide. Excellent opportunity, short-handed there for the Ice Blacks, but unable to convert.
The Ice Blacks are just answering with strength after strength after strength at the moment. They've got the foot all the way down.
And that's exactly what the Roos do not want to see breaking the other way, is Liam Stewart, who rings one off the iron. The leading goal scorer in the NZIHL here, averaging more than a goal per game. So shorthanded now, it's the Ice Blacks trying to make something happen and kill off this valuable penalty time on that tripping called Schneider. So now the Roos finally out of the zone are coming the other way. Trying to get past Ollie Hay, but he's able to get a skate on that. And now he's going to work with Wahid Darj in the corner. Liam Stewart once again bats the puck out of there, trying to make something happen the other way, but a good recovery there by the Roos. Liam Webster now. He'll play it up. There's a shot, and that misses everything. And it's over to Doyle.
Just me.
Now wraparound chance there by Webster, but Perry sniffed that one out and was able to get a leg out and make the save.
Yeah, Perry shuts the door. Now we are going to be having 56 seconds remaining of 4-on-4. Ice Blacks still up 2-0.
Ice Blacks will send Strayer out there against Kieran Webster on the draw. And it's played over to the far corner. And a great opportunity there by Jackson Lane to get it out of the zone. And once again, kill off some more power play time here for the Roos. Kieran Webster will retreat in his own end. He'll play it behind the net. And now here come the Roos. That's Zach Boyle with the puck. He'll get across the red line. Tried to dump it in, but it actually went off an Ice Blacks defender. And the Roos will be forced to regroup in neutral zone here. There's a shot right on and a big save by Perry as he was in great position for that. And now here comes the Ice Blacks the other way, looking for... There's a chance and an opportunity, but we're going to get perhaps a penalty as Fraser Ellis had a break towards the net. And finally the whistle on that delayed call.
And Australia hadn't even eaten up the clock on that first penalty, so it's going to be a whole 8 seconds of 5-on-3 there, or pardon me, 4-on-3.
We have a penalty shot. Anybody can take it that you want. Thank you, sir.
Now, we have just got word that they have awarded a penalty shot on the play, a rarity in hockey.
Usually it'll be a 2-minute penalty, but since Fraser Ellis had a step on the defender and was dragged down from behind, he gets a free 1-on-0 opportunity here against Davis, the goaltender.
Well, the fans here in Queenstown Ice Arena, they are getting every cent's worth tonight.
So here we go. Fraser Ellis, a first-line player from West Auckland.
Good luck. You've done this before. Touch the puck. So
this is just a trial by fire here for Davis in his Mighty Roos debut. He's getting it all.
Goalie ready. Player ready.
And here we go. Good opportunity there from Ellis as he tried to do a little bit of a move fake to get the goalie to come down and commit and go around him, but Davis was having none of it. So a huge save for him, and hopefully to get the momentum back in his side.
Oh, that's just got to be a huge confident boost for him.
4-on-4.
Looks like Ellis had just a little bit of room, but was unable to get the shot off quick enough. So we'll be 8 seconds here left on this tripping penalty to Schneider, as Harrop will take the draw here for the Ice Blacks. And that's Jamie Woodman has it, the captain of the Perth Thunder side. And now Woodman again has it. He'll skate up across the red, try to dump it in, but that's gloved out of the air by Jackson Lane. And then he falls down as Naden, with the big body, able to check him off the puck. Team still jostling for position here as it finally squirts out to the far corner. And it's Gavois who tries to play it up towards Harrop. Harrop into the skates of Schneider, so he's unable to handle that. And they'll go all the way down for an icing call.
And we are back to even strength here, just about nearing the halfway mark of the first period of play. We said things looked a little bit even, and it was just a quick, fast hockey, but New Zealand has taken a decisive step forward.
Definitely in good position early on, much like they came out fast last year as well. So we'll see how the Roos can respond. As Kai Miettinen wins the draw cleanly. There's a long shot right on, but Rick Perry saw that all the way and is able to glove it for the easy save. Face-off will be to the left of Perry as the Ice Blacks get some fresh legs out there. Here in ice hockey, you can only be on the ice for maybe about 45-second shift at a time, as it's quite a tiring sport. And it's important to have a lot of depth in your lineup, like both teams have for this series. Ollie Hay will get it. He'll try to throw it up the ice. He's missing his man Atwell, so it's a turnover here. And now the Roos are going the other way. Played behind the net. And now still working with the puck. Comes over to the near side and finally just thrown out of the zone to relieve the pressure. And here's a centering feed. And now the Roos are going the other way. Big hit there by Ollie Hay in the corner. And then another hit as Connor Harrison throws his body around, and we have a whistle.
And I believe that is going to be an elbowing penalty to Connor Harrison.
Got a little bit too aggressive in that far corner, and looks like he threw an elbow. So that will be 2 minutes in the sin bin.
Harrison, of course, a hometown boy, Sky City Stampede player. He is one of the feistier Ice Blacks.
Kind of an unfortunate play there where the Roos player fell down and then took a brunt of a hit from Harrison. But nonetheless, he will be called, and another power play opportunity here for the Roos. And now Malloy from his own end, tipped up nicely on the far side. The centering feed was looking for Webster, but that went off the skate of Amston, and still played in the far corner as Webster is going after it. Now centering feed here, just gets over towards Hazelhurst. Long wrist shot here, hit Liam Stewart in the back, and then it's played over to the near corner. Malloy looking for Hazelhurst. There's a great opportunity, shot and a save by Perry as he's forced to make a great pad save on the tricky Kieran Webster to keep this at 2 goals.
Yeah, we were talking about Davis being tested early on, and now it's Perry who's having to work for his dinner tonight.
It's great puck movement there by the Roos to finally get something open back door with a dangerous player in Webster, but Perry was there to stand tall.
Now that was a gorgeous setup. The Roos are doing a lot of things right.
Now Strayer again with the opportunity the other way. Strayer with a shot and a big save by Davis. Excellent shorthanded opportunity for the speedy Strayer. Able to get a nice shot off, but Davis has recovered well after those 2 early goals. Now Strayer again with the puck. He'll just stop inside the blue, and he'll leave it for Fraser Ellis. Ellis with a shot from a sharp angle, thinking why not after the first one went in early to start this period. And Webster has it now, and he'll just slow up, waiting for some of his line mates to change. Try to leave it for a player, but nobody home, and Dale Harrop will just jump on that and throw it all the way back down to kill some more precious seconds off this power play.
Ice Blacks are just looking thoroughly dominant through the neutral zone at the moment.
Center ice.
Looks like the refs have called an icing, which of course is not possible when your team is on the penalty kill. So an errant whistle is denoted, and we will have a face-off at center ice. Looks like everyone's still trying to get into the game here, even the refs, trying to get their comfort zone.
Well, everyone's season's been over for a few weeks.
Unless the Roos, who did have some players going last weekend in that grand final where the Sydney Bears took out the Perth Thunder. So congrats to their side.
And our commiserations to the fans in WA.
But a talented roster on that Perth Thunder, so it's really great to see what they were able to do this year. There's a turnover in front and a quick opportunity, but it was bouncing puck that the Roos couldn't handle. And now it's Miettinen again. He'll leave it on the near side. And instead it's Kahu Joyce of the Melbourne Ice. Overskates the puck, and it's Miettinen there, but finally is just able to get a stick of that and put it out to center ice. Now here's an errant pass. It goes through everyone, but no icing called. Now it's Amston who goes off the wall. That's Woodman who gets it, who just throws it right back, and it's Kahu Joyce.
Just me, Black, just me.
Joyce going D to D. And Amston has it now. Had to dig that one out of the feet, but instead throws it right to the Roos. There's a centering opportunity that's blocked. Now another chance and a shot just wide as Perry had to force that one out. Now 3-on-1 here for the Ice Blacks, are able to regain control of the puck. That's only momentarily, as Perry is forced to make a pass here, but he misses everyone, and it's back to center ice, and Liam Stewart will regain control. A fleet-footed Stewart hasn't. He'll just skate it himself. Gets across the blue. There's a shot going glove side, but that is seen all the way by Davis, and he'll hold on.
Ice Blacks looked really strong there, but a couple of turnovers. That interception there, that was Patrick Naden who was able to just sweep that up, and that was just about danger time for the Ice Blacks. It's not often you see Amston with those missed connection passes.
A little sloppy in their own zone, something that perhaps coach will want to talk about after this intermission. Still 7 minutes to go here in the first period. Ice Blacks holding on to that 2-goal lead. Ollie Hay will get it. He'll throw it up the wall looking for Chris Eden. But instead, that's recovered by the Roos. Now it's played over towards Malloy. Trying to find Webster. Instead, here's a turnover chance, but unable to capitalize with the Roos, and now we have the other way. Jackson Lane over to Chris Eden. His centering feed is broken up by Malloy, and Kieran Webster's there to recover.
Gorgeous stick work there by Webster on defense.
Now here's a backdoor opportunity. But Ollie Hay was there to break that up, and he'll just play it up the ice. Now Chris Eden one-on-one. Eden with a shot right on, forcing Davis to make a big save. And it's played over to Webster. Webster skating around the net. He tries to play it up, but it pops off his stick and then back into the Roos zone. Webster was looking for Boyle streaking towards the net, but unable to find him.
Roos are just having some real difficulty getting a play set up at the moment.
Definitely having a little bit issue with those tape-to-tape passes. Hopefully they can clean that up. Of course, this is just the first period, as these players haven't played with each other for a while, as Boyle put a shot towards the net. So hopefully they can work that out and get that chemistry going. So a loose puck here in a dangerous area. There's a shot by Dawes that's blocked. The centering feed was no one home but Blake Jackson. He finally gets it out of the zone. And now play to the other end. Gav Waugh's the first one there, so there will be no icing. His centering feed just off the stick. And now it's the other way for the Roos. Roos now finally make a clean pass out of the zone. It's Miettinen. Miettinen trying with a toe drag through the defender and is brought down from behind, and it will be a tripping and another power play opportunity for the Roos.
I was just about to say a couple of whistles ago, if the tape-to-tape passes aren't working, do you think they're going to start skating it up the wings?
And it looks like that has paid dividends right here, giving them that one-man advantage. Looks like it'll be Atwell with the tripping call as he was back checking hard. So Webster to take the draw for the Roos, but Schneider wins it for the Ice Blacks. And it's up and out of the zone, as Mason Kennedy was able to clear it, and Bert Malloy will retreat. Malloy has it now. Played up into the zone. That was Bremner. Hazelhurst tried to recover, but overskated it. And then finally played over to the stick of Kennedy, and he's able to clear the zone once again. Now Webster has it. Plays it over to the near side. That's Malloy. Malloy with some pressure from Kennedy is forced to play it down low. And Bremner has it. His centering feed gets through. There's a shot right on, but that's blocked and steered aside, and it actually broke the twig of Amston. So now the Ice Blacks will be short a man and a stick.
Lucky bounce there for the Ice Blacks as the puck just hopped there off of the stick of Malloy.
Miettinen with the puck now, waiting for his teammates to come off on the change. And Liam Webster with a nice play to bat that bit of air and slow things down for the Roos. On the near side, it's Dawes making his first appearance for the Roos national team. Now here's a chance and a backdoor opportunity for Miettinen, but he couldn't pull the trigger. Now just throws one on, but Perry's right there. But the Roos recovered. Now another shot that's steered aside, another rebound, and we have a goal. The Roos with a power play goal off that bounce on the end wall, and just like that, it's a one-goal game.
We were talking about the boards here in Queenstown Ice Arena. There's some funny little bobbles occasionally, but no one cares how you get them in, just how many.
And Miettinen with a good position right in front there to capitalize. So Miettinen, the dangerous skater, put up a slew of points this year and is able to put the first one on the board for the Roos, getting themselves well back into this game. So back to 5-on-5 hockey here. It's the Roos going the other way. And Perry's forced to cover up and slow things down here for the Ice Blacks.
So these early penalties have finally cost the Ice Blacks.
not something you want to do, is to constantly put yourself a man down. So we'll see if the Ice Blacks clean things up a little bit here in the coming minutes. But instead, it's Hazelhurst who's able to keep that one in briefly at the line before the Ice Blacks come the other way. And then Schneider tries to regain control of the puck, but that's off his stick and over to Hazelhurst. Hazelhurst will go over to Woodman, and then back to Hazelhurst. Two Perth Thunder players know each other quite well. There's a shot that misses everything wide, and it's Natick plays it down low towards Newmark. McKenzie also out there for the Roos, trying to get a good forecheck here, and finally they gain control of the puck. It's Hazelhurst with it. Hazelhurst puts one towards the net. It hit his skate and was briefly open for a minute, and then another centering opportunity is finally deflected out of the zone for Hazelhurst to retreat.
Ice Blacks are definitely playing on the defensive now.
Definitely a shift in momentum from earlier in this game, as the Roos are starting to put a couple passes together and get some pucks towards the net.
19 back, 4 out.
So we were talking, of course, about how a shift in hockey is about maybe 45, 50 seconds. It is not often that you see players have to play 3 straight games in a row. It is definitely going to come down to who still has gas left in the tank for who takes the series.
And that's another thing that will be in the Ice Blacks' favor, is their home ice advantage. They're able to travel with a much deeper roster and have more guys, fresh legs, over this 3-game test.
Good battle, boys. Keep going. Good battle. Well done. Good work, boys.
Webster has it now. Centering feed there from a sharp angle, unable to get much on it, and then we have a whistle here.
Late hit.
Is a big hit in the far corner as Ollie Hay threw a shoulder in after the puck was cleared.
Black, 2 minutes. Late hit.
So he will be gone for 2 minutes, and once again the Roos will be on the power play.
Hay, of course, playing for the Botany Swarm, the NZIHL. You have a bit of experience playing alongside him, Joel?
Absolutely, a very talented player, and also a very physical one as well. Definitely a shout out to his older brother, Andrew Hay, who has recently retired from international competition. The longtime Ice Blacks captain is looking just a little bit different without him on the ice. And the Roos now looking to even the score here in this back and forth first period. It's Miettinen, and he'll play it down low. Gets it straight back, tries to make a break towards the net, shot right on. Rebound was there for a minute, and then Webster with that dangerous shot just deflects wide, and the Roos are starting to funnel some shots right towards the net. There's another shot, and that misses wide on the blocker side, and now Boyle has it at the line. But he's unable to keep that in, and we have an offsides, as it did come out of the zone and was brought straight back in before the rest of the Roos could touch up. So we will get a whistle and a face-off just outside the blue line.
So if you are Anatoly Korsov, the Ice Blacks head coach, when you're going into that locker room, what are you going to say? Just tone it down on the penalties.
Definitely want to keep this an even strength game. The Roos have been pretty dangerous on that power play after a couple early miscues, and that is where they are the most dangerous, especially with that goal by Miettinen right in front. So we'll see what they can do here. It's Malloy on the near side. He'll play it up top, get it straight back for a one-timer, but couldn't put much on that. It flutters wide.
Good work, boys. Good work. Good battle. Good battle.
It's finally chipped up, and here's Strayer with some speed now. He'll just skate back into his own end, trying to burn some valuable seconds off this power play. And finally cleared all the way down, and it's Hazelhurst for the Roos. Now skating up the ice. It's Jackson Lane to recover on a loose puck, and he'll send it all the way down once again with just 40 seconds remaining in this period. Now Webster has it. He puts it into the zone, but that's behind his man. And there will be an offside. So just 30 seconds remaining in this first period. 2-1 thus far, with the Roos getting that power play goal and spending a lot of time on this period on that power play.
It's been a special teams battle.
Probably not something either of these two teams have practiced extensively in the short lead up to this international test. There's a shot and a skate save. made by Perry. Then another chance and a save made. Puck is still loose, and finally Schneider's able to clear it out and all the way down.
Utilizing that massive reach to bail the Ice Blacks out.
He does indeed have a long reach and long legs for a very, very fast-paced stride out there as well. I feel like it only takes 1 or 2 strides and he's all the way down the ring.
Yeah, he can basically cross it. Now we've got 1 second remaining for this final face-off of the first period.
So it'll be Schneider on the draw with Hayden Dawes.
This one's all but ceremonial.
One and a shot right on, so a nice quick opportunity there by the Ice Blacks to get something directly off the face-off. But it is all for naught, and they will head to the locker room with that 1-goal lead, leading these Mighty Roos of Australia 2-1 in a, which you would like to think is a period that they were looking for, minus the penalties.
Absolutely. Now the special teams battle that we were talking about, apart from the fact that you don't want to be playing the entire first period on the penalty kill, it tires out your top skaters. It just it burns through the legs.
Exactly. If they can stay out of the penalty box, maybe they can utilize that extra depth that the Ice Blacks have and hopefully get something going that will show in those later periods in the second and third.
All right, everyone. Well, we will be right back with you for the action in period 2.
Right, well, that was an outstanding opening period here, the Trans-Tasman Challenge Series, brought to you by Queenstown Resort College. New Zealand are up 2-1, but I am joined here by Australian head coach, Mari Luamo. Now, of course, down 2-0 really early, but how do you feel the guys answered back going into the...
Yeah, I think we started well, just a couple of bad bounces there, got down to nothing. Lucky we got that 1 goal there, so... yeah, got better in the end again. So start well, then a bit of a slump, and then back in it again.
Now, of course, we're seeing quite a few penalties being called out here. What are you going to say to the boys?
Just probably got to keep your feet moving more, and yeah, obviously, ref has a tough line, so got to move our feet more.
Now, how do you feel in his first game for Australia in goal? How do you think Dane Davis is shaping up?
Pardon?
How do you think Dane Davis is shaping up in goal?
Oh, yeah, good, a couple of good saves there in the end as well, so yeah, solid.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me, and all the best for the rest of the game.
Thank you.
All right, and of course now let's see some of the replays from the game.
It was an action-packed first period, and Strayer doing some work early, putting a couple shots on. And watch him as he follows up, 24 in black here, steals the puck, and then from a sharp angle is able to beat the goaltender to put the Roos up, or the Roos down, and the Ice Blacks with that first goal. So Strayer with some great fancy work here, just steals the puck from the corner. Not many options to put it as the defender was closing in strong, and he just throws it on net and it finds the back of the net. The Ice Blacks were able to get a second one as well with some great opportunity by Dale Harrop in front. So a couple costly turnovers actually cost the Roos early, as there was a turnover that led to this, and then a centering feed here as Harrop takes 1 and 2 hacks at it and is able to force it through for that second goal. So Kahu Joyce with a shot that was deflected, and then a great play here by Gavois with a little backhanded dish. Harrop does his job by getting right in front of the net and forces it home. So that put the Ice Blacks up 2, and things were going all New Zealand's way early. But a few too many penalties gave the Roos some opportunities, and they were able to get something going themselves. As here was a shot that was blocked and a rebound opportunity off the scramble, as finally they were able to get things going. Perry, of course, standing tall, best he could here for the Ice Blacks. And then here's that goal where Miettinen was right in front and able to put home that one-time shot and beat Perry blocker side. So this was that power play goal. Nice centering feed here, puts it right through and beats Perry on that blocker side, and that was exactly what the Roos needed to get back into this game. The Ice Blacks, of course, are going to need to stay out of the box if they want to keep this in their favor. But a great finish there by Miettinen, and the Roos cut the lead 2-1, and that's what we are left with.
All right, there you have it. Great wrap up there by Joel Rindelab. Dr. J, our play-by commentator, there in the bunker. It's been a great first period of hockey so far, Casey. Of course, the Ice Blacks, they came out firing, really fired up with this New Zealand crowd, the home crowd in Queenstown, Hockey Town. What do you make of it so far?
Well, the Ice Blacks, they came out swinging, but towards the middle of the period, the Roos certainly rebounded, and by the time the period wound down, the Roos had actually pulled to within 2 shots of the Ice Blacks, despite their early shot domination.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they definitely turned it around, the Mighty Roos. Their body language said a lot to start off with, being down 2-0 early. I saw Vadim Vyasov sitting there on the bench. He did not look happy, but I think they'll be pretty stoked that they were absolutely able to turn things around a little bit here. Now, of course, this isn't the only hockey we have here in New Zealand. We don't just have the Ice Blacks, we have women's hockey as well. And the Ice Ferns, our national women's team, were in Romania earlier this year for the IIHF Division 2B World Champs. Here's some of their highlights. One of New Zealand ice hockey's greatest highlights of 2019 was the Ice Ferns' performance at the IIHF Worlds in Romania. And while the women's side lost their initial matchup 3-0 to Chinese Taipei, their momentum grew with each passing game. Backed by the calming presence of Grace Harrison in net, New Zealand was spurred on by a resounding 2-1 win against rivals Iceland. The puck-handling skills of Jasmine Pasco front and centre, scoring the game winner in the dying minutes. Such a strong outing was then followed up by another against Turkey. Hannah Shields bags a couple before a memorable moment for Regan Shattuck, the rookie scoring her first IIHF goal. New Zealand win 4-2. In their penultimate game against Romania, Horna Pasco continued her strong run of form, completing a natural hat-trick by the second intermission. Further goals by Shields, Helen Murray and Christy Woodyer-Smith put the result out of reach for the hosts. New Zealand win 7-1 with a medal firmly within their grasp. And with Chinese Taipei finishing the tournament undefeated to claim gold, the Ferns wrapped up their campaign with a 5-1 victory over Croatia. That was good enough for silver, but come 2020, their vision will be all gold. Yeah, and there you can see the Ice Ferns have definitely done us proud this year, winning silver at the IIHF Worlds. Probably a little bit hard done by that they couldn't get gold, but I mean, as we said there in their package, we know they're definitely going to be firing up for this one next year over in Iceland. Now, of course, we're joined here by Danielle Stray and Ricky Lee McLean, two of the local Queenstown Ice Ferns players. You were both rookies this year. How was that experience? You know, traveling overseas with your teammates, first time ever, what was that like?
Yeah, it was really intense. It was a really good experience. Yeah, and you're constantly learning something new. You're meeting new people. It's all, a lot going on. But luckily, we had really good team this year that kind of helped us through it.
Now, so of course, Danielle, you're a rookie in name only when it comes to the Ice Blacks. You've got a long hockey tenure behind you. but you normally play in goal. So for the Ice Ferns, you transitioned to playing defense, and how's that been?
Yeah, it was quite the challenge. You know, you think you know the game, and you think you know all the facets of it and what's going on, and then you step into a new position, and it really felt like it was a new game. It was kind of brought me back to, you know, where every day you're learning something new and getting better and better. And it was outside of my comfort zone, but it was good fun.
What was your reaction like when Coach Rachel Park said, look, we want you on this team. We already have 2 goalies with Grace Harrison and Lachlan Hyde. How about you ditch the pads and put on some skates? What was your reaction like?
I mean, to be honest, it was like the best question of my life, because as a goalie, it's always been my dream to like leave the little crease and get to play out. So when she asked me, it was like my 20-year goalie dream finally coming true.
Now, of course, people watching at home, watching the series, might recognize the last name, Straya. Your husband, Ryan, is playing in this game. How proud of you are you that both of you, you're both recent New Zealand citizens. You got your citizenship, amazing stuff. What's it like to see your boy out there?
It's really cool just to watch him whizzing around the ice and doing his thing, and I know he's so proud to be able to represent the country, especially in his new hometown, Queenstown. So it's really cool that we both get to be a part of it and cheer each other on.
And of course, he is a Tennessee lad, but what do you make of that mustache? I mean, there's some boys on the Ice Blacks. They got some pretty gnarly stashes going on here. I know some people are not big fans of it, but what do you think?
It's his decision, and you gotta respect that. He had a beard for the first 5 years that, we were together, and now it's his mustache, so.
Yeah, used to it.
Game of life, game of hockey.
He's gonna love that. Now, of course, Ricky Lee coming over with the Ice Ferns. It wasn't just Romania. You guys had a training camp in Austria. Take us through the day by day. How much work goes into preparing for a World Championship like that?
So we did a lot of work. So we were on the ice every day for about 3 hours every day, usually 2 ice sessions. And we had quite a few practice games with some of the local teams there, and they were really challenging, but it was a really good game. And it was good.
All right, now, what makes this 2019 Ice Ferns team so special?
I think just the diversity of girls that we had. We just had so much positivity and so much motivation, hard work, just like really, really awesome group of women. Yeah.
Awesome. And I mean, how do you think you going into this tournament? You had a couple of warm-up games. How confident were you guys about coming in with a gold or silver?
I think, I feel like every game you never really know what to expect. You just go out there and you play your hardest and you put your whole heart out there, and you don't, you leave it all on the ice. So I think we didn't really have any expectations. We were just, wanting to get the best out of it. Yeah.
Awesome.
So over the last few years, we have seen men's hockey growing by leaps and bounds in New Zealand. But what about the women's game?
We're really wanting it to grow, I think. We'd love to start a Queenstown team. So that's definitely been put out there. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I've heard rumours of that. You're not the first person I've heard that from, to be honest. Of course, the New Zealand Women's Ice Hockey League only has 3 teams for those at home. Auckland, Southern, and then, of course, Canterbury. Now, Southern Storm took it away this year. How amazing was that?
Yeah, it was really awesome. It was a well-deserved gold, I think. It'd been so long, just to take it away. It was awesome. Really good feeling.
And, of course, you had so much. We saw in that package earlier the amount of momentum that you guys had going throughout that tournament. You had a really tough test starting off with the Chinese Taipei. What do you think if you faced Chinese Taipei later on in the tournament? Do you think you guys probably might have had more of an opportunity to win gold?
I think so. Yeah, I think we would have had I think playing a different team first would have definitely helped us. But I mean, who's to say that could have changed anything really? Yeah.
All right, now, of course, Danielle, what's your prediction for the rest of this game?
I think New Zealand's going to take it away. I think it's really close. But I think New Zealand just has a little bit more fire on their bums. I think they're going to get out there, get a couple more goals. It's Liam's birthday, so I think we got it.
And
I'm not biased.
Yeah, I was going to say there's no bias there at all. I mean, look at what they're wearing. They're so decked out in ice ferns. Look absolutely amazing. But coming into next year, you're going over to Iceland. The Australian team only a couple of points ahead of you in the international rankings, the IIHF. Now going over to Iceland, you're facing two rivals there with both of them. What are your chances like? How do you rate yourselves for next year?
I think we definitely have the chance to, do good again, get silver, gold place. I think Australia's going to be good. I think they're going to, they came down from a higher level, so I think they're going to, have a bit of fire and really want to get back up to that level. And same with Iceland. They're always, really tough competition, but we are too. We have a lot of good upcoming talent that's just getting better.
It'll be the classic New Zealand versus Australia rivalry, so it's always good.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Speaking of, there is a New Zealand women's select team heading over to Australia next month to take on a couple of the Australian teams, the Sydney Sirens and, of course, the Melbourne Ice women's team. What kind of opportunity do you see there? Like, is that to, I guess, help grow the women's game?
Yeah, I think it definitely will, especially if it got this sort of media coverage as well would be awesome. But I think it's a good start for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, how much would you love to see the Ice Ferns host a tournament here in Queenstown?
Love it. Absolutely love it. It would be amazing. Yeah, I think we'd get a really good backing as well from the local community. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I guess we see that, all three games have been sold out for this series. You both, spent a bit of time working here at the rink, actually. Just how much effort, how much time goes into keeping this place going with Ted and Dan Graham just doing so much to really build this place up?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think everyone here has a lot of love for the rink, and the way Ted and Dan are, they're awesome. So I don't think, without them, I think hockey would be not as big as it is now. They've done so much for the hockey community and the rink community. Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. I mean, Queenstown, it's hockey town for a reason. Do you know who came up with that slogan? Is it some here in the rink, or is it just kind of?
I don't know. It suits, so maybe it's just word of mouth.
I like that.
I just don't even remember what it was like before Ted and Dan took over the rink. It's just it's our home, and it's their barn now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Ricky Lee, Danielle Strayer, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us. Good luck for next year with the Ice Ferns, and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
And of course, we're just coming up to second period action now as both the Ice Blacks and the Mighty Roos hitting the ice momentarily for period 2 of the Winter Games.
So after one period of play, it's the New Zealand Ice Blacks with that 2-1 lead over the Australian Mighty Roos. We'll see if they can build on that momentum here in the second, coming to you shortly. Welcome back as we're getting started for second period action at Queenstown Ice Arena. I'm Joel Rindeloff. Joining me is Casey Lucas, giving you all the action of the ice hockey events here for the 2019 Winter Games NZ, presented by Queenstown Resort College. So you're just getting underway here. It's the Roos that gain control of the puck, trying to get a little bit more sustained pressure here to start the second, as it's played up towards Boyle as he's knocked off the puck, but not before he's able to get a shot towards the net, and Chalice is there to corral it. He'll put on the brakes and then find a man far side. Looking for the long arm Schneider. That's just above him, and Boyle will try to play it up. Now Stewart with a chance out front. That just bounced off his stick, and it's Amston who corrals it into the near side. Played behind the net towards Schneider, but it's Boyle the first man there. He tries to avoid a referee who is playing a little defense himself, and it's finally cleared up towards a rolling puck towards Amston. Now the Roos gain control. That's Dawes with it. He'll leave it for Virjosov. Virjosov gets around Kennedy, then puts on the brakes. Looking for some help here. Centering feed, White all alone. Finally played up to Jamie Woodman, and he'll just throw it down low towards Virjosov again. Virjosov with it. He'll go back up towards Woodman. Woodman skating towards the center. Here's a shot right on. But that just sails wide, and it's Kieran Webster with the control of the puck. Now down low, as the Roos are doing a good job gaining possession here in the offensive zone, as Virjosov plays it down low towards Webster. Now Bremner with a centering feed. That's a dangerous play, as Virjosov was looking to throw it home and finally cleared out of the zone. And the Ice Blacks will get a much needed change.
That was some gorgeous cycling there on the part of the Roos.
There's a centering feed right on. And Bremner trying to get the puck, but instead it's Hazelhurst who'll throw it around the wall. And finally played down low. But it's Kennedy who's able to get a foot on that and finally just chip it out of the zone, and it's a race for the puck between Strayer and Woodman. And then Woodman finally just tries to clear it to safety, but it goes right to Ellis. Now back low towards Strayer. Strayer looking for a centering feed, but that's blocked by Woodman. And then Hazelhurst will gain control. Hazelhurst from his own end. An outlet pass, and then finally up out of the zone, but put right back in by the Ice Blacks.
And now Australia's just going to take a moment to, they're opting to try to skate it up the middle.
And now Vorchanov has it for the Ice Blacks. A little turnover here for the Roos to jump on that errant pass, but only momentarily now, as Ollie Hay goes up the ice before he's knocked off the puck cleanly there. And then a turnover here. It's Gavois from a sharp angle, and Davis with the save. Finally cleared up to center ice, as it's Ollie Hay again. Now it's center ice. It's Vorchanov with the puck. He'll try to skate it in.
And Nick Craig will collect for the Ice Blacks and dump it all the way down into the Roos end. Bit of grinding it out there, trying to dig out the puck. Ice Blacks come away with it. Harrop controlling. Great work there by the Roos to break it up. Braden Lee can't quite collect that puck.
And then thrown into the near side, and that just gets past Craig. Craig, of course, the captain of this Ice Black side.
Yeah, it's taking over from Andy Hay.
Indeed. And Craig was unable to play in this series last year with that ankle injury. It's good to see him back out there.
It was horrible to miss him last year. Of course, the Ice Blacks, they had a deep bench to begin with, but he was still very sorely missed.
And the Roos will get control of the puck and throw it all the way down. It's Jackson Lane, the first one there, but he takes a big hit. His sticks are starting to fly here. Now up towards Webster. But he's pressured by Connor Harrison, and he knocks the puck into the bench of the Roos, so we will get a whistle.
Once again, that low ceiling coming into play. Now, the Roos are definitely playing more cohesively than they were to start the first period. The passes are connecting. The cycling is there. You can definitely see that it's so tough with these international test competitions. These guys don't get a chance to practice together very often. Few of them play together. So as the series develops, with a quick shot there from Webster, you will see more cohesion forming.
Absolutely. Just one training for each of these teams as they arrived yesterday. Just trying to get some systems and lines figured out before this three-game test. Now there's a nice move here by the Roos. Dancing around Kennedy, the defender, and now it's Boyle at the point. He'll elect to throw it right down. Takes a funny hop and goes right in front, but no one was there for the Roos. And finally played out to center ice. Now it's Amston with a long shot that deflects wide, as Stewart will chase for the Ice Blacks. Now Amston has it, but he's pressured there by Dawes. And it's left for Darge. Darge with a nice shot right on. And Perry is forced to make a save here in the second.
That was a quick little save there by Perry. That's the sort of goaltending we have just come to rely on and expect from him over the years.
And a nice play by Wahid Darge, number 9 here in white. A little fancy stick work and then a shot right on. A dangerous player for the Roos. Now this finally played out of the zone. And it'll be Strayer to chase, but he's cut off nicely by the defender for the Roos. And then Strayer's taken down by Bert Malloy in the near corner. And finally it's played up towards Bremner. And now Webster has it. Webster going 1-on-2, but Ollie Hay gets a stick on that. Bjurjasov is there to recover though. Bjurjasov behind the net. Tries to play it over towards Webster, but Ollie Hay gets in front of that. And now finally played up to the point at Bert Malloy. There's a shot right on, still loose, rebound, and finally cleared out as a good opportunity for the Roos right at the top of the crease.
Bit of a scramble there in Perry's crease, but he was calm and collected.
And able to get out of the zone. Now Strayer has it for the Ice Blacks. He's centering feed, gets through everyone as he's looking for a streaking Eden. Then a shot from a sharp angle is deflected and finally collected by Hazelhurst. Hazelhurst will elect to just throw it deep into the ice, and now 2-on-2 the other way. It's Webster centering feed here. There's a shot right on, and Perry's forced again to make a save. Cleared up, but not out, and Woodman will have it for the Roos. Woodman, there's a shot that deflects off a stick. Another chance for Hazelhurst, misses again, but the Roos gain control, and finally the Ice Blacks are able to do something about it and relieve the pressure.
Ooh, the ice is looking a little bit tilted here in the early minutes of the second period.
Just took a Roos a little bit to get settled in here, and it looks like they are going full steam ahead. So now Jackson has it. He'll ring it along the boards, but it just goes straight to Woodman. He'll play it down low. And now the Roos have it. It's Newmark centering feed there, and Perry was wise to cover that up as he had a dangerous player in front of him looking to score that goal.
Absolutely. Now, as we line up for the face-off here, you'll notice the Roos are changing it up, and they're going to give the big guns a rest. However, with these big international lineups, you know, there is no line that doesn't have a few big guns on it.
So face-off to the right of Perry once we get these lines and correct personnel sorted out.
And it looks like it's going to be the Newmark line taking the ice for the Aussies.
So Newmark and Herrick at the face-off circle. It's won cleanly by Newmark. And then played into the near corner. That's Craig, who goes feet first into the wall, but was able to get it out of the zone, but all the way down for an ice.
And that means, of course, that tired skaters will not get a chance to change for the Ice Blacks.
That is correct. On an icing call where the puck travels the length of the ice, the offending team is unable to change personnel. So some perhaps a little tired legs out here for the Ice Blacks as Harrop is again forced to take the draw against Webster. He was able to win it to Gavois with a little stick work there, and he finally just chips it up and out, and the Ice Blacks will indeed get a change. Liam Webster now, the captain for the Roos, looking for a centering feed, but that deflects off some sticks into the ceiling. So we'll get a whistle as the puck leaves the playing surface with these low ceilings here at the Queenstown Ice Arena.
And we're going to walk that puck all the way back for a face-off here.
So it'll be Kieran Webster and Mike Atwell at the face-off circle. That's won by Webster. Over to the other Webster. And then over to Boyle, who's able to evade one Ice Black and bring it into the zone himself. Tried a little backhand pass there. No looker towards Kieran Webster, but unable to do much. Now Atwell the other way. He leaves it for Lee. Lee with a shot, but that goes into the leg of Webster. And then a turnover here as Atwell gains control. He'll try to play it down low, but he's ridden off the puck. And now we have a battle on the end wall before it's finally knocked all the way down. And a chase for the puck with Jackson Lane, but Webster takes him out. And then he'll leave that for Dawes. Dawes, the centering feed here, finds Malloy. He'll go cross ice, a shot, and a big save there. Another centering feed here, and an opportunity by Webster, but he misses the net. And then thrown again towards Perry.
Puck's out, let's go!
Roos are just getting shot after shot at the moment.
Wise plays by the Roos to keep funneling pucks there towards Perry, forcing him to move side to side and hopefully trying to create an open opportunity for them. Now Chalice, he'll play it over towards Schneider as the first line for the Ice Blacks are out there. And Schneider will try to get around his man, but that's intercepted. Now it's Dawes the other way. Now there's a centering feed and a shot right on, and Perry again makes a save. Now leaves it for Malloy. Malloy trying to get around one player, and then it's played behind the net towards Mason Kennedy. He'll backhand it up towards Chalice, who's just able to get that off before Bert Malloy was breathing down his neck. And Panicky with a shot here. There's a opportunity for Liam Stewart intercepting that turnover. Backhander right on, but Davis is there to make the save.
It's impressive how Liam Stewart can somehow manage to be so sneaky out there on the ice, considering how big he is.
And let's not forget about that hair. That flow is everywhere out there. Hard to miss it.
Would he make the all-hair team if we had one here in New Zealand, Joel?
I would absolutely say he would be a contender. Of course, ice hockey players do have an unhealthy obsession with hair for some reason. I think they believe it gives them a little extra superhuman strength. And it certainly worked for Liam Stewart this year, so maybe we will see that trend continue, as Webster with some good locks there doing some work behind the net. Also sporting the mustache, which seems to be popular with the kids these days. Now played up towards Schneider as he bats that out of midair. Hazelhurst is there instead, and he'll play it back the length of the ice, and we will get that icing call on the Roos.
So the Ice Blacks going to change up a few skaters here.
And of course the Roos will not have that opportunity for the change on the icing call. So perhaps an opportunity for the Ice Blacks to try to grind something out here in the second, as they have not had too many looks other than that brief turnover and that backhanded shot by Webster, Liam Stewart just briefly.
Well, they got that quick shot there off the face-off. And now we get to line up and do it all over again.
Except this time around, the Roos will indeed be able to get some fresh legs out there.
And that was starting to get a little bit necessary. Kieran Webster in particular had been out there for quite a while.
Definitely a player you want to see some ice time, but maybe not for minutes at a time.
Especially not when he has to play 3 games in a row.
That is true. The first of 3 here in the Trans-Tasman Challenge presented by Queenstown Resort College. So Davis will play it here towards Boyle. Boyle will leave it for Woodman, and then played over towards Darch. And then back up ice for a long pass, and that goes all the way to Perry as Dawes was streaking towards the net, and a little bit of extracurriculars here. As you can hear the referee
Since this is a friendly match, they'd be eager to keep the lid on this. And I imagine the coaches would be as well, because they're probably getting a little bit tired of all those penalties in period 1.
In ice hockey, there can often be a little roughhousing that occurs after a play like that, especially with a goaltender maybe close proximity to the action, because you always want to protect your gatekeeper back there, as they are a valuable part of your unit. But we play on here in Queenstown as a puck once again is deflected over that glass into the netting, so we'll get another face-off.
Roos are just hammering the Ice Blacks on shots this period.
And it will be Newmark to take the draw here for the Roos. And 2 players go crashing into the net as Jackson was tied up. So once again, we will get a whistle as Naden was streaking towards the crease. Naden right off the draw here, trying to get something going, but Jackson takes him down.
That was just an awkward take of skates there.
We'll see if we can actually get some play going from this right face-off circle to Perry. Just about halfway through this second period of action, New Zealand still up 2-1 with those 2 quick goals in the first, and haven't seen much action since. Face-off won by the Roos. That's Boyle with it, with a shot from a sharp angle. Still loose, rebound, Perry's there, and another save, and another one, as he is everywhere right now. Centering feed again, but that finds a stick of hair up, and thank goodness as the Ice Blacks are able to clear the zone. Now turnover here, Ice Blacks with a shot, but that misses wide. And it'll play down low by Craig. Fortunoff tried to centering feed, but it's all Roos there, and now the white team will bring it out the other way. And it's Liam Webster who collects it at center ice. He'll slow things down. Over to Boyle. That's just off the stick of Newmark. And then finally played back, and it's Lee who gets it. Now centering feed was looking past everyone, and the Ice Blacks will go off a change here. So a little room to skate for Boyle, and he'll just throw it into the zone. Virjasov trying to do something with it. He'll play it over towards Bremner. Bremner down low towards Virjasov. A little 1-2 action. And then he takes a big hit from Atwell, but not before he dished it off to Webster. So some good puck control here by the Roos, trying to find something open in the offensive zone. Burt Malloy's shot is blocked there, and finally just knocked out of the zone by Lee. And it will be Boyle with the puck. His long shot catches the Ice Blacks on a change. There's Webster with a chance, but that goes off the shoulder of Perry. And we get a whistle as another Roo player is crashing into that netting.
Yeah, it looks like the net was dislodged there from its moorings. Lucky break there for the Ice Blacks, considering right now the Roos are just doing everything but scoring.
Definitely getting the opportunities here in the second period. Especially that one, a big save by Perry, who just got a shoulder on that one, as it was a well-placed shot. So still a 1-goal lead here for New Zealand, but that looks like it may change soon if we continue on this trajectory. Face-off won by Schneider. Ice Blacks looking to calm things down here with the first line of Liam Stewart, Matt Schneider, and Jordan Chalice. And played by Woodman into the far corner. And then up to the zone, it's Hazelhurst. Hazelhurst with a shot right on, but that's gloved by Perry. And once again, we will get a whistle to the right of the goaltender, Rick Perry.
Perry's glove arm is getting a workout at this point.
Got to stay strong. He's been doing a lot of those curls, though, all season.
One-handed dumbbells?
One-handed dumbbells just for the occasion. So Mason Kennedy now with the puck. He'll put on the brakes. Give his team a little bit of room to work with, and finally play up to center ice. It's Liam Stewart. Stewart trying to go cross ice towards Chalice, but Woodman's the first man there. And now some fighting for the puck on the near corner. And then it pops over to Chalice. Chalice and Stewart had an opportunity, but a good stick by Davis to poke that away. Only momentarily. Then a big shot by Kennedy finds the ankle of Darge. And then a sharp angle shot right off the post, and a rebound goal by Schneider as he cleans up the rebound at the top of the crease, and it's back to a 2-goal lead for New Zealand.
We had talked before about Matt Schneider's reach. He's just able to fan his stick out. He's just got this this stick control, this puck control. Former NHL draft pick for the, I believe it was the Calgary Flames, yeah. And you can definitely see that he's just got a level of skill with that hand-eye coordination that's just a notch above.
And of course, on their scoring play, Wahib Darge blocked a shot with his ankle. Very unlucky. Almost in vain there to give up the goal there. He's sitting there on the Australian bench, just kind of regathering himself, but he looks like he's okay.
Talk about adding insult to injury on that play. But we hope Wahib Darge is healthy. He's a hockey player. I'm sure he'll be back out there. And definitely a strong player on that Roos side. One of the top scorers in the entire AIHL last season. Now the Roos finally break it out of their zone. And now a break the other way into the near corner as players are jostling for the puck. There's a shot right on. Perry saw that all the way. Dangerous rebound, though, where it's cleared away by Kennedy. And now we will get a whistle and a high stick, and we will get a stoppage of play.
So, of course, for those of you who are watching at home who might not be super familiar with ice hockey, there is a high sticking penalty, but also you cannot play the puck with a stick that is too high.
Different infractions. One is a 2-minute penalty. The other is just a face-off in your zone.
It's the difference between lumberjacking it and lacrossing it.
That is an excellent way to look at it. as we have Newmark to take the draw here for the Roos. Puck squirts right to the slot. There's an opportunity, but just missed wide was McKenzie. And then Newmark gets in front of that, but it goes right to Harrop. And now Harrop puts it into the zone, and he'll be the first to chase. But that's played nicely by Podeke. Now to the far side. That's Newmark again, tries to get around Jackson. Centering feed here, but that's just off the stick, and it goes right to Gav Wall for the Ice Blacks. Now the other way. It's Pataki. He's able to put it up the wall and just finds the stick of McKenzie, and the Roos are out of the zone. There's a centering feed there that Perry's able to get a stick on, force it into the far side. And it's Atwell who took a chip at that, but not out as Hazelhurst makes a nice play to bat that out of midair and keep it into the zone. Now Newmark again, he'll go down low. Centering feed here, rebound chance for the Roos, has a little 1-2 punch, but once again Perry holds strong. Now the near side. Nice stick move there by Virjasov, and a great save by Perry as he holds strong on the post. Virjasov, a dangerous player that you don't want to give too much room with, and he almost made it happen there.
Definitely one of the more physical players on this Roos lineup.
Now Kieran Webster, the 22-year-old, a player to watch in the AIHL. There's a shot right on, but that misses. And over to the far corner. That's Nick Craig, who tries to clear it out as some good sustained pressure here by the Roos have forced the Ice Blacks into an icing.
So as we wind down into the final minutes of period 2 here, what's your strategy if you're the Roos trying to claw yourself back into this one?
Well, they were doing a great job this period sustaining that puck control in the offensive zone. It was just a 1-2 mistake on the other side where the Ice Blacks were able to get a goal out of it, even though the Roos have dominated the possession in this period.
Rick Perry is just the difference maker at the moment.
So far, he does hold the keys to the game, but I think what the Roos have to do is just keep on the attack, don't panic in the offensive zone, cycle that puck down low, and try to get the puck on the stick of some of their highly skilled players like Virjasov, Darge, and of course, both of the Websters.
Absolutely. If they keep playing like this, they are going to score one eventually, barring a superhuman performance from Rick Perry, of course.
Which we have seen in the past. So Webster has it now. He'll play it over towards Boyle, but that's intercepted by Gavois. And now played up into the zone looking for Chalice. Chalice regains control, leaves it for no one in particular, and it's Kai Miettinen who's able to get that out to center. But not before it's put right back into the zone by the Ice Blacks. Now Schneider to chase. It's Boyle who evades 2 Ice Blacks. Just finally get it up to Darge. Now Darge with a little bit of room. Trying to find a streaking Boyle, but that was just in front of him. And once again, Darge with some work in the corner with Miettinen. And the Roos come away with it. There's a pass that was intercepted, and now it's Stewart the other way. Stewart all alone. He shoots, and he just misses wide. Great opportunity there by the leading goal scorer in the NZIHL, but he cannot put it home.
Ice Blacks have had a few breakaway opportunities so far this game,
including a penalty shot, which Davis once again stood tall. So other than those 2 quick goals, and of course, the most recent one here, Davis has been strong, catching that one out of midair as well to prevent the rebound. So Davis has looked good through this period. Just a couple of rough bounces, I would say, that have not gone his way.
Hockey sometimes is a game of funny bounces. You never know quite how the puck is going to roll, and if it take a bounce off a shin guard or off the end boards.
Or if you're Liam Stewart in that last replay, just making it happen yourself. Now here's a chance the other way. Shot, and we have a goal. Just like that, Aiden Salato breaks it the other way and beats Perry blocker's side. And as you said, quickly in hockey, things can change in a hurry.
That was just a gorgeous, he just laser sights on that one.
So a great play off the wall here as Aiden Salato finds some open space and makes no mistake about it, going top cheese. Get this man a toasty because he is hungry, delivering that cheddar top corner. So the Roos have cut the deficit in half, and just like that, it's a 1-goal game here. And we're able to get something going here with just 3.5 left in this second period. Puck is on top of the net there, so we will get a whistle as it was not free to play, and a face-off to the left of the goaltender, Davis.
Well, this is a comfortable spot. I mean, barring a lead, of course, this is about as comfortable as you can get for the Roos on their comeback effort.
And that play was exactly what they needed, down 2 goals and pretty much controlling the pace of the game. Needed to make something happen, and something quick strike the other way in that great transition goal is really what they needed to make this just a 1-goal game, where of course anything can happen. So a face-off to the left of Davis here. That's won by the Roos. It is played by Bert Malloy, but no one there to catch that pass, so it'll be Lee to get the puck. Now Atwell with the centering feed. That goes right to the Roos, and now they're out the other way. It's a race for the puck with Naden. But he's unable to get to it. It's chipped up to center ice. Now Atwell with the centering feed there. Good opportunity as the Ice Blacks were breaking towards the net. But instead, now it's the other way. Here's the Roos trying to make something happen, but a good back check by 2 Ice Blacks players to break that up. And it's played out here to center ice. Hazelhurst has it. He'll wait calmly and then dish it to his man, and then played a long pass here as Virjasov has some speed. And he avoids Jackson Lane. Backhand play to Woodman. Now Woodman throws one right on, but Perry again steers that away. And it's Schneider with the puck for the Ice Blacks. Finally played into the zone. It's a race for the puck. And it's Connor Harrison with it, but that's broken up, and it goes to Virjasov. Virjasov avoids Schneider, and then leaves it for his D-man, Woodman, and it's finally up to neutral ice. But that's broken up by Amston, and a rebound opportunity there, but he was unable to get a stick on it. And finally, the Roos will regroup with Virjasov. Now played to Woodman. Woodman goes to the far side to Hazelhurst. He's got a little room, so the defenseman will skate it in. Centering feed was looking for Virjasov, but Amston steps in front of it, and now a transition the other way. Chalice has it. He's centering feed. Shot and a goal! Chalice finds Schneider breaking towards the net, and it's back to a 2-goal lead here for the Kiwis.
The Roos just can't catch a break. It doesn't seem to matter how perfect their playmaking is. They've got the tick and the tack, but they can't quite get the toe. And then all you need is just one missed pass, one missed connection, and then up the other way. And with these Ice Blacks, you just cannot let that defensive lapse occur.
Yeah, absolutely. The top line for the Ice Blacks absolutely clicking there. Jordan Chalice finds the man, Matt Schneider, with a little tip just to beat Dane Davis. That was outstanding. You can see the little wave to the crowd there after that one. Matt is happy.
Of course, Matt Schneider is in his hometown rink here in Queenstown as he plays for the Sky City Stampede. And making good use of it so far. His second of the period.
Indeed, and we are now a familiar feeling here in Queenstown Ice Arena. Matt Schneider hat-trick watch.
Whoa, you said it. You mentioned being superstitious. Did you just blow the lid on that one? Or is that only for goaltenders?
Only for goaltenders.
Only for those weird goalies. Fair enough.
There's only one word we won't say on this broadcast.
Punch out, let's go!
Well, we can say it now.
Actually, yeah, we're fine now.
No worries, no shutout opportunities tonight with a 4-2 game. But once again, the Roos trying to crawl back into this game with some good puck possession. Here's a shot and a goal, and just like that, the Roos have cut it to 1. That was Hayden Dawes on the deflection to beat Perry glove side.
Number 17.
Just when you think the momentum has settled,
so Webster here at the point was looking to just get it towards the net, and a great handiwork here by the newcomer, his first time in the Roos sweater here for the national team as Hayden Dawes buries it. So exactly what they needed to once again cut this to a 4-3 lead here for the Roos. So starting to get some end-to-end action, and the play is opening up a bit here in the second period. Here's a shot opportunity by Naden that's blocked. And then the far side, still jostling for the puck. It's Newmark into Captain Craig. Play broken up by Naden, and then finally finds the stick of Fortunoff, who just flips it out of the zone towards Gavois, and he'll throw it in and chase himself. Boyle overskates that, so a turnover opportunity here for the Ice Blacks. There's a shot right on, but that's steered away by Davis. Now another chance by Harrop in the slot, but he just missed the net with a golden look there. But that will do it here for the end of the second as we close in a fury with some end-to-end action. But New Zealand holds on to that 1-goal lead, finishing this one 4-3.
So we've got a couple quick goals to end the period, and then a nice end of period push from the Ice Blacks. This is anyone's game. I was trying, you know, as we were getting ready, you know, to head to the locker rooms, I had it all in my mind what I was going to say, and then every 30 seconds it had to change.
That's the thing with hockey. It's a fast-paced game, and it can change with the blink of an eye or the drop of a puck.
We'll be right back with you for period 3, and stay tuned for our intermission coverage.
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, very, very intense action here at Queenstown Ice Arena. It's part of the Trans-Tasman Challenge Series brought to you by Queenstown Resort College. The Ice Blacks are up by 1, and I'm joined by Ice Blacks head coach Anatoly Karazov. Now, Anatoly, big first game so far. How do you think the boys are going?
Well, boys doing all right. Obviously, it's a bit messy in terms of the structure, but we haven't played together as a team, so there's no chemistry, if you like. Yeah, but overall doing okay.
Now, we saw there right now at the end of the second period, that top line clicking there. You got Jordan Chalice, you got Matt Schneider, and then you got Liam Stewart on his debut. How do you think that line's working out for you?
Well, they got 2 goals, so they must be doing okay.
And then you do have, there's been a few penalties on the board. How are the special teams working for you, especially that penalty kill?
Well, the penalty kill was okay so far, but I mean, the best penalty kill is not getting a penalty, so that's a plan.
And how are you finding this so far? Queenstown, it's sold out. What do you got to say about this crowd so far?
It's awesome. I mean, they're supporting us, and I think boys enjoying the play in front of the full house.
And what are you going to do here in this third period to really take it to Australia and take the win?
Yeah, we just need to get sorted out our own end, and goals will come. That's the plan.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Anatoly. All the best.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it. Very close so far. I gotta love this hockey, intense action, and we'll be right back shortly. Myself, Joel Rindelab, we're gonna be looking at all the action so far.
We've just got some lucky fans here in Queenstown Ice Arena who are getting an opportunity to play for a few prizes here. Unfortunately, they are definitely not of Ice Blacks caliber, but I have seen a few of them manage to win it.
to the, what do you reckon, Joel? Do you reckon you have the skills to slot that in there? We know you as a goalie, but you are pretty keen to get those skates on and have a shot yourself.
It's here for the Bonnie Swarm. So I would like to think I would be able to put that one home. But of course, when you're nervous in front of a big sold-out crowd like this, anything can happen, and sometimes the nerves get the best of you and you hook it wide.
Absolutely. A lot of pressure here. I know for a fact there's no way I'd be hitting that. Not from halfway. Always been a goalie myself. But of course, let's wrap up all the action from the second period. We've got some great highlights here for you. Thanks for the team here at Sky Sport.
Alrighty, and we've got our second period highlights coming up. It was a big, high-flying period, lots of end-to-end action. So that first period, we finished up 2-1 in favor of the New Zealand Ice Blacks. Beautiful goal there by Ryan Strayer. And of course that second goal there that was Dale Harrop, who he got a couple of whacks at it, managed to put it through on his third attempt. Harrop, of course, a veteran Ice Black, plays with the West Auckland Admirals of the NZIHL, just managing to tuck that puck up and under Davis. But the period was not to end on a shutout for the Ice Blacks. Australia did manage to claw one back. That gorgeous cycling passing game that they have managed to tighten up over the course of play finally paid off for them. Through a sea of bodies. It was Kai Miettinen who finally managed to shovel that in. Now, the second period, the Roos came out swinging. I did not know what they ended up hearing in that locker room, but it was a big momentum changer. And as they came out, Perry got absolutely peppered with shots. The Roos were doing everything right, but nothing quite seems to get past Perry. Didn't seem to matter how many times they threw that puck at him. He stood strong in net, as he has year after year. Now, Dane Davis, of course, in his Mighty Roos debut, made a few big saves as well. However, the Ice Blacks did manage to get first blood in period 2 with a goal by Jordan Chalice. He managed to wing that through to Matt Schneider, who shoveled it in. And the Ice Blacks ended up with that third goal. Also on the board, Liam Stewart with a big opportunity, stonewalled by Davis. And then flying back the other way, Aiden Salato for the Mighty Roos with a fantastic solo effort goal. Just gorgeous vision, laser guided shot, roofs it. The Roos just could not catch a break, though. It didn't seem to matter exactly how hard they fought to turn the momentum their way. The Ice Blacks were always there to answer. Off that beautiful interception by Stefan Amston. Once again, that top line was firing with Jordan Chalice to Matt Schneider. Tic-tac-toe, the passing could not have been any more perfect. And they just deked Davis right out of possession. Big smile there on Matt Schneider's face. But we were not done with second period goals. Australia had one more to get on the board before the teams would head to the locker room. Liam Webster from the point, that shot tipped in by Dawes, bringing the Roos once again within one. Australia keeping things competitive.
All right, you gotta love those replays. I don't think I've ever seen this many cameras covering a New Zealand ice hockey game, Joel. This is outstanding. You calling from the commentary booth, what do you make of this game so far?
Oh, it's been great to see. There's a lot of end-to-end action. Now that period, the Roos kind of held control, especially in the offensive zone, but that's the thing about ice hockey. It just takes one break the other way, and of course, New Zealand was able to put up a couple tallies, but just like that the other way, we saw that break and some great contributions from some newcomers to this Aussie side to put down 2 important goals and keep this at just 1 goal deficit heading into the third.
Yeah, the debut, the rookies here in this game, they're definitely making a difference on both sides. We're talking about breaks. We're seeing a lot from Liam Stewart, the birthday boy, number 2 for the Ice Blacks. He's streaking out there, and not in the way that you're probably thinking, folks. But what is he going to do to just, nail one home, get that first goal?
Liam Stewart has definitely been a force out there. He has had a few opportunities, as you said. He's got some great footwork, great speed, able to find himself in great position, just has not capitalized. He's been looking a lot glove side. He loves to show goalies up on that play, so maybe he needs to just switch up the location of his shot and try to fool that goalie in one way or another. He's a very, very potent scorer, and he uses a lot of deceptive tactics, whether it's stick angle to confuse goalies on that trajectory, or maybe he's using the defenseman as a screen. So he'll come into the zone and kind of hide that puck behind the opposing defender so the goaltender can't get a good look at it, and he can use some of these deceptive tactics to really bury that puck and put his name on that score sheet.
Now, we saw that goal there, Jordan Chalice connecting up with Matt Schneider. That was just a piece of brilliance. You know Jordan Chalice really well with the Botany Swarm, of course. He's really been enjoying his hockey a lot the last couple of years. He is expecting his second child within, I guess, the matter of a few weeks. So he is the dad of the group. How is he handling all this pressure?
Oh, I think he just thrives in it. This is exactly where he wants to be, playing with some very talented players on that first line with Matt Schneider and Liam Stewart, both of the Sky City Stampede. So I imagine he loves just throwing the puck to these immensely talented players and just letting them do all the work.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of toys to play with here. Now, of course, we mentioned the Australian goalie, Dane Dawes, making his debut here for the Australian Mighty Roos. How do you think he's gone so far? Obviously, quite a tough start, letting in a couple of early goals. How do you think he's settled into his crease following from that?
Yeah, I think Davis has done a really good job, and this is his debut for the Mighty Roos. Just got his citizenship, a good goaltender for the Newcastle North Stars, and I think he has done well. He has been put in some pretty tough spots. He had some pretty tough bounces early, especially that first goal. Probably not what you want to see as a goaltender, so that could rattle him mentally, but instead he's held on tight and he's been forced to make a lot of good saves. So that's really what you want to see, a strong goaltender mentally that's able to keep it together in a time of need, and really been a good force back there for the Mighty Roos.
And on the other end of things, covering the net for New Zealand, of course, is Rick Parry, most capped goaltender in Ice Blacks history. He's really holding things down. He's really had he's got some great training this year during the Ice Blacks tenure over in Colorado. And he's really coming into his own. Even, it takes a while for goalies to really develop. I mean, he's been our top goalie for a long, long time, but it almost seems like, he's getting towards that, I guess, what would you call it, coming over the hill on his career.
Oh, easy, buddy, easy.
I mean, I know he's still got a few years in him, but it almost seems like, despite that, he's not slowing down. He's just getting better and better and better. Like, how is he even doing that?
I would call that straight skills homemade. This guy has got it all. He has, as you said, put in the time, put in the work, getting better every year, which is exactly what you like to see from someone so dedicated to the sport. And you're right, he is the 9-time goaltender here for the Ice Blacks, and I think we can really see how his experience shines through in that net. Never panics, never worries when the puck is loose, is able to stand tall, stay in his position, and be there to make those important saves.
Now, coming into this third period, of course, Australia down by 1 goal. Who is one player there on that Mighty Roos roster that you'd really like to see step up and try and get that equalizing goal?
Oh, it's got to be Wahib Darj. He is the top Australian goal scorer in the league this year in the IAHL, and he has got heaps of talent, and really we just need to see him get a little bit more open ice, a little bit more opportunity. We saw some flashes of it in that period, and of course we do have a lot of depth on that Aussie side, but if we can just get him in some open space and let his magic work.
Now, we did see there in their second period, he took a puck to the ankle, and then New Zealand scored, unfortunately. Bit unlucky there for the guy, but you know, that's how it works with hockey. It's a tough sport. These guys are battlers, they're warriors, that's for sure. I think another one we really need to see from the Australians is Vadim Vyasov. The guy, Melbourne Mustangs, amazing shot. He is scary to watch. Do you reckon he's going to maybe have a magic third period and turn things around here?
Yeah, he started to get things to go in there in the later parts of that second period, and you could really see his impact on the game. He's got a big, large body. He's able to protect the puck and help gain control in that offensive zone, sustain that pressure that can eventually lead to a scoring opportunity. So I think that's the type of hockey that the Australians need to focus on here in the third.
Now, of course, coming in with the Ice Blacks, they I mean, the crowd is loving it. But the thing that I find interesting is they're almost cheering for everything here. They're cheering for the New Zealand goals, but equally they're cheering for the Australian goals. But I don't see a lot of green and gold out here. What do you think? What's going on?
It's, what, a 4-hour flight? So I guess I can't blame them for not making the trip, but come on, it's Queenstown. It's here. Ice hockey, the Trans-Tasman Challenge presented by Queenstown Resort College. So what more can you ask for? I'm just glad that there's some great hockey here to watch for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you come here, I mean, I've been here for a week. I love coming to Queenstown. I love coming to this rink for a game. It's the best place in New Zealand, in my opinion, to go see a game. I do love all the other rinks. I haven't had a chance to go check out Lake Tekapo, which is outdoors, beautiful. But what? Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, like, would you say this is the best rink in New Zealand to see a hockey game?
I would say it has the most consistent atmosphere. When you come and step into this building, you have a crowd that is getting into it. You have passion, not only on the ice, but in the audience as well. So you're going to see a true hockey atmosphere here at the Queenstown Ice Arena each and every time you step in the building.
Now, speaking from experience, you have actually done that with the Swarm. What is that like, especially when you've been in goal out here? You've got people up against the glass. I'm sure they're chirping. They're throwing a bit of mud your way. How does a player deal with that?
Well, you basically just have to focus on the game itself. And especially as a goaltender, you get singled out by some of the more rowdy or intense fans. So you definitely hear everything they have. But you can't let it affect you. You have to focus on the game itself. But that's kind of the fun of it as a goaltender, just hearing what people try to do to get under your skin, because you're the last line of defense.
Now, keeping things PG here, what are some of those chirps that you've heard from the goal crease?
I would have to say very few of them are PG for this broadcast. But usually the best ones are where they can get personal, as if they can actually know your name, maybe do some research on where you went to school, some of your backstory, try to throw out some of your Google searches at you. And that's where you can actually, give a little bit of applause to it.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much, Joel. I'll let you get back off to the yellow commentary booth for the third period. Thanks for everything. It's been amazing so far. Great course.
Yeah, really looking forward to this third period.
There you have it. The refs are just coming onto the ice now as we get set for the third period here at Queenstown Ice Arena, with New Zealand up 4-3.
Welcome back for our third period of hot action here in the Queenstown Ice Arena.
Oh, it's been spicy, all right. Been a lot of end-to-end action, some quick goals back and forth, and this has been everything that has been advertised so far. A tight game here between New Zealand and Australia in what is always an intense battle between the two countries.
Absolutely. Now, Australia, 40 just about shots on net compared to New Zealand's 25.
And that really is how this game has gone so far, with another opportunity here with some good sustained pressure early by the Roos, as they have been in control of this game ever since that bit of a shaky first period as they were trying to feel things out. Delayed call here on the Ice Blacks as they finally touch the puck and will go to the penalty box. So once again, another power play opportunity here for the Roos and a chance to tie up this game.
Not the way you want to start out a period, especially in a game this close.
That has been a theme for the Ice Blacks all game, unfortunately for them, is just sending that extra man into the box and being short a man here on the penalty kill.
And that is going to be Kennedy sitting for the Ice Blacks. A 2-minute vacation.
A 2-minute break from the stress of ice hockey. He will feel shame, and in 2 minutes he is free. Strayer doing some aggressive penalty killing here now for the Ice Blacks to try to buy some more time here. And finally played out. There's a shot, but that was blocked. All set up by some extra work by Strayer, but now it's the other way. The Roos, a shot that once again is blocked, that goes off the leg of Ollie Hay over the glass into the netting, and we'll have a whistle just to the left of Rick Perry.
That was a sneaky little shorthanded opportunity there for the Ice Blacks. They have been quite aggressive on these early on their penalty kills.
And that's exactly what you want to do with a team that may not have the greatest feel for each other. Just only playing a few times as a shot right on is saved by Perry. That you can maybe take advantage of a bit of confusion amongst some of the line mates, and that's exactly what Strayer did on that penalty kill.
Absolutely, and that super aggressive penalty kill is a strategy we've seen the Sky City Stampede employ all season as well.
So here's a face-off now. And played down behind the net. It's Virjasov. Virjasov has it. He'll try to play it down low. And there's a play for the puck as two players collide. And it looks like we may get a penalty here as Jackson ended up going headfirst into the wall.
Bit of an awkward tumble there. We will see if it results in any more minutes on the board.
12-way, 2 minutes, interference.
And indeed, that is going to be an interference call. And that'll be against Jonathan Bremner of the Mighty Roos.
So Bremner will take a 2-minute break here, and they're calling this an interference as neither player had possession of the puck. Therefore, a hit knocking them to the ice would be against the rules, and we'll play 4-on-4 hockey here for 1:15.
Wide open ice, Joel.
That's exactly what speed on both sides are looking for, as we have Liam Stewart here. Backdoor shot and a goal. Stefan Amsden puts home the one-timer from Liam Stewart, and it's 5-3 just like that.
We've talked up Liam Stewart's shot. We've talked up the presence that he brought to the NZIHL and his whole shelf of trophies that he won. But his playmaking ability has been an asset as well. And Stefan Amsden has been a surprise goal scorer for Sky City Stampede all year. Not surprising to see him step up now.
So the Ice Blacks take advantage of this open ice, and Amsden puts one home on a sliding Davis, giving them that 2-goal cushion once again. So we will continue to play 4-on-4 here for another minute as Liam Stewart gets control for the Ice Blacks and then shrugs off a hit there as he had Dawes coming at him hard. Now played up to Schneider. Schneider trying to get it back to Stewart, but that was behind him. And now Roos have some speed the other way, 2-on-1. There's a shot and a big save by Perry. Rebound by Dawes, right on, still loose, and it gets through. It's Hazelhurst, the defenseman in front, puts home some garbage, and it's back to a 1-goal game for the Roos.
Third time lucky there for Australia.
Bit of confusion right in front, but Hazelhurst, with this so much open ice, joined the rush as the defenseman and capitalizes right. And now the Ice Blacks are trying to get something going the other way. Instead, they'll just get a change and put some of their top line back out there with this 4-on-4 action as that Schneider brings you with that icing call, but that is the correct call, and we will have a face-off back in the Ice Blacks. Doing some work in the near corner, trying to evade Liam Stewart, who's on his hip. Finally does spin off him, but Matt Schneider able to get a stick on that and finally collect things here for the Ice Black. Now up to the near wall, as Strayer was able to stand in front of that, but only for a moment before it's put into.
Well, that's just that's the sort of attitude you would like to see in a competition like this, because of course, I mean, not that I don't love watching games where the Ice Blacks score 8 goals, Joel, but a little bit more competition, a little closer, you know, better atmosphere.
Chip that up, but not out. Now a centering feed here was a little premature, and the Roos are able to clear it all the way down, and Perry was forced to play it here for Amston. So just a minute 20 left here on the power play for the Ice Blacks, and a little bit of sloppy passing here as Virtasov is able to steer that over towards Darge. Now Darge just throws that softly towards Perry, who steers it away. But all importantly, the Roos are maintaining possession here on the penalty kill. Pataki has it now. Stewart almost stole that off his stick, but instead he'll clear it down. So great penalty killing here so far on the Roos, in a penalty kill they absolutely need to have. Strayer has it now, but that's taken off his stick by Darge. Darge gets around another player in Harrop. Now Darge again with the puck, centering feed towards Perry, but he's able to get a stick on that. Now up towards Boyle. He'll just throw one towards the net, but that misses everything. And the Roos have actually got more shots on goal on this penalty kill than the Ice Blacks have themselves. Now Dawes the other way with a nice move, but that deflects off a stick and goes over the net. And then Dawes again using that big body to try to get around Craig as they battle for the puck with just 10 seconds remaining on this penalty. And then a nice play there by Newmark as Perry was forced to come out and play the puck himself. So an excellent penalty kill there by the Roos, and let's see if they can build on this puck possession to try to get that equalizing goal. There's Nadin with the puck. He'll put one behind the net. Freer is forced to play that up towards Boyle. Boyle was looking backdoor, but no one home. And he actually clears it all the way out of the zone himself. That's picked up by Hay. But he loses control of the puck, and now it's the other way as Freer has to make the play on this. And he finally does get it out of the zone, but not before Boyle is there to step up and keep the pressure on for the Roos.
The Aussies just have their sticks in the way of everything at the moment.
There's a sharp angle shot, still loose, as the Roos try to capitalize on a misplay there as Pat Nadin was coming in hot, but Perry once again is able to get a piece of it.
At the moment, Perry, of course, before he was the difference maker that was holding back the Roos when they were just this rising tide. Now it seems more like he's bailing his side out after they're making a few sloppy defensive mistakes in their own end.
That's right, there's Nadin. Had a little bit of room to work with, and then cuts through the crease, and maybe Perry took a little bit of an exception to that as there was some contact there. But we will play on. To Hazelhurst, he'll go up the wall. He was looking for Webster, but instead it's collected by the Ice Blacks, and Harrop has it now from a sharp angle, and that goes through. Now it's Benjamin Gavois, the French-born Kiwi. Some good stick work to maintain possession. Centering feed there, but unable to get possession is that, and it's out to center ice where Jackson will get it. Pass intercepted nicely by Webster. He'll play it to Hazelhurst. Hazelhurst gets a nice move there to get around one man, puts a shot right on. Rebound opportunity for Webster, but couldn't pull the trigger. And now we got players scrapping for position in the near corner before it's finally cleared out.
Boy, if the Roos keep pressing like this, they're going to tie this game any second now.
But be careful as Fraser Ellis with an opportunity off a turnover there was able to get a shot on goal. So very, very small room for error on both sides here. Now played out, the Roos maintain possession. They'll just backhand in and try to go to work. As it's Kahu Joyce and Darge going at it. Dawes is there to help out for the Roos. And he's able to play it up towards Bert Malloy. Malloy tried to rip one. It did get through, so a save by Perry. Rebound as Darge was able to just throw it off the glass. And now the Roos are trying to mount some pressure. There's a shot right on and wisely held on to by Rick Perry to get a change of personnel out there as the pressure was mounted.
I would not say the pressure was mounting. I think it was successfully mounted.
Fair enough.
And this is why the Ice Blacks can just, they depend on Rick Perry year after year after year, because this is the sort of performance he is known for.
Definitely a solid backstop there, and something that the Ice Blacks can rely on for heaps of years here as Stewart gets a break the other way. He puts on the brakes, trying to get a centering feed there, makes a diving attempt to get it towards Chalice, but it was not in time. Chalice, with a nice move there to get around one defender, will just play it down low towards Schneider. Schneider, it's a good job to get body position in a centering feed, but that was broken up by the Roos. And now the other way. It's played over to Nadine. Nadine with some moves, but that's broken up, and now Schneider has it. He absorbs a hit, but still maintains control of the puck, and he'll just throw it down, but it deflects off a player, and it does leave the playing surface, so we once again will get a whistle with just 8:57 remaining in this game.
Rough break there from Matt Schneider. You could hear, basically in Queenstown Ice Arena, there's just this seismic rumble every time Matt Schneider takes control of the puck, and when he starts in toward the offensive zone, you can hear it rip through the crowd.
Oh, turnover here, and a shot right on, and Perry's forced to make a stick save. So the Roos will go to work here in the offensive end. Played in the far corner, that's Salato. Kieran Webster is able to come in and collect. He spins off one player, then a centering feed looking for Salato, but unable to reach him, and it's Gavois with it. Gavois was looking on the near side towards Eden, but instead it's played back into the Ice Black zone as Hay is there to chase. He takes a nice hit. And now Miettinen will let that go as he collides with Freer and is still on the ice. Slow to get up there, but then comes right back up to get a shot, just missing the side of the net. Centering feed there as Perry is able to get the paddle of the stick and force that out, and finally a little bit break here. But played up nicely here by the goaltender. Chance for the Roos on the break, trying to catch the Ice Blacks changing personnel, and they'll go to work here. There's a shot from a sharp angle that hit the side of the net by Bert Malloy, and instead it goes to Chris Eden. Eden has it. His centering feed was looking for Ellis, but that flew over everyone's head. Now Woodman here to help out for the Roos. Instead it's Ellis centering feed. No one home at all except for the captain, Liam Webster, and he'll dish it off to one of his line mates, Dawes, and get off for a change. Now Hazelhurst has it. Hazelhurst evades one check, and it's played down towards Dawes. Instead, Jackson Lane is able to intercept that, play it all the way down, so no icing here as that did go off a Roos player. Tried to quickly play up towards Hazelhurst, is Woodman, but instead he gets it right back and he'll skate it across the red himself. Now over to Virjasov. Virjasov tried to get around Jackson Lane, but he did a nice job to stand him up and clear it just center ice, but no further.
Ice Blacks holding the neutral zone well at the moment.
That's Kieran Webster trying to do some work, but makes it over to Hazelhurst. Hazelhurst with a long shot goes right into the skates of the defender, and he's able to clear it up, but not out, and finally we get a whistle here. As we have a high sticking, perhaps. We'll listen in to see if the ref can clear this up.
Face-offs here.
The officials just conferring with the players for the moment.
Play nonetheless, and so a quick whistle by the ref to make sure that the player is indeed okay. So we'll go right on and forcing Perry to make it. 5:55 remaining in this. The captain just turns it over, and instead we'll have to collect. There could be several goals in that time. But in any case, you got to imagine they're going to keep throwing pucks at the net. And starting that with Darge centering feed there. He's looking for Hazelhurst, the offensive defenseman who's getting into the action. There's another opportunity thrown towards the goaltender Perry, but he will steer that over the glass, and once again we have a whistle.
Now you notice, Dill, that was a risky formation there for the Ice Blacks. Their defenders were drawn way down low.
Definitely tried. So Amsden with the puck now. Virjasov. And now played into the zone.
Moment.
And perhaps a little unstructured play there by the Roos, where a couple blind passes just towards the net, hoping for a lucky bounce or something. I would imagine, even though there's 3.5 minutes left, they would do better to try to set up some sort of offensive scheme where they can control the possession of the puck and maybe get a play towards the net rather than Dawes with the puck now. He'll leave it towards Webster. Webster with plenty of space will get it up towards Boyle, but that's just off his stick. And a turnover looking for Stewart the other way, who breaks free, and he'll gain control. Stewart still with control. He'll put it down towards Schneider, as these two are very familiar playing with each other in the Stampede. Doing some nice work here to try to get the remaining seconds off this scoreboard without another goal being allocated. So that's Dawes who plays it up. Now up towards Woodman, the defenseman, joining the rush. Centering feed here for Miettinen with a great opportunity there as Perry was leaning the other way, but couldn't put it on goal. Instead, it's Vortinov who throws it into the zone. Hazelhurst back to retreat.
Puck's out.
And then played up and just over the stick of Miettinen. And some fresh legs there by Fraser to chase with Gavois, but it gets past both of them, and a diving desperation play by the Roos here to try to maintain possession and get something going. Now it's Hazelhurst. Hazelhurst with a shot right on, but Perry makes the save. Puck was actually behind him, but the ref did not see it and blew the whistle.
That is a rough break for the Mighty Roos.
Exactly what the Roos wanted to do is to get some more pucks on the net, and that got through Perry. And unfortunately a whistle, otherwise that was a sure goal for Hazelhurst.
And Darge was sailing right in there as well. He knew it. It's almost like he's got eyes in the front of his head.
Who would have thought? So we get a brief break here as the Roos call a timeout, as each team is allocated one timeout during play, and they will use it here to draw something up.
And I wonder when we are going to see Davis head to the bench as well.
They may be talking about that right now. Let's listen in.
And if I can't see it, I can't call it. So totally sorry. Otherwise, it would be a penalty on that, my friend.
Yeah, I didn't mean it right.
No, I know, but you got hit in the eye. Next time, put the visor down. Would have saved you.
You say that like this.
Both teams trying to draw up some strategies here. With just valuable seconds remaining in this game, only a goal separates the Ice Blacks from the Mighty Roos.
We won't get this started until
So, of course, if you are a first-time ice hockey watcher, which a few of you tuning in on Sky Sport might be, in ice hockey, whenever you feel like it as a coach, you can actually pull your goaltender, pop him on the bench, and replace him with an extra skater, which is a favored late-game tactic, especially if your team is only down by one, because you got nothing else to lose. Why not?
That's right. So we'll see if the Roos decide to go 6-on-5 here. And the face-off won, but played right to the Roos. There's a centering feed, a huge save by Perry on the misdirection. And it looks like the play that the Roos have drawn up has worked so far, but unable to get one through. Now it's Darge doing some work with Liam Stewart, who steals it. And he plays it up to Chalice. Chalice all alone with the open net, and he will bury it.
Jordan Chalice. He is one of these players who's just been with the Ice Blacks for years and years and years. He has been a huge difference maker in this game as well, with those two beautiful feeds to beat Matt Schneider.
And this play all developed by the great defensive work here by Liam Stewart to get a stick on that, intercept it, and gets his second assist of the night, finding Chalice for the easy put home. And the Kiwis take that 2-goal lead with just very few seconds remaining on this scoreboard.
Liam Stewart, of course, is known in the NZIHL as a dangerous pickpocket.
He's got the good hands, he's got the quick release, and he is definitely an asset out there for the New Zealand Ice Blacks. So the Australia side down 2 goals, 6-4, will look for some desperation magic here with under 30 seconds remaining. The far side, that's Nick Craig, the captain, who just throws it the length of the ice. And that will be an icing with 19 seconds here remaining. Australia has elected to keep their goaltender in, so they will not gain the extra attacker here for the remaining seconds, looking to concede the first match here in these 3-game series. And what has been a hard-fought battle by both teams. Big hit there by Atwell just as time is expiring here. And both teams have let up play as they know the conclusion has been settled. So there you have it. Game 1 is in the books. The Ice Blacks of New Zealand take the first one 6-4 over the Mighty Roos of Australia, putting and setting the tone right in this Trans-Tasman Challenge presented by Queenstown Resort College.
Now that game, it looked like it was pretty confident for the Ice Blacks from the very beginning. Faltered a little bit in period 1. The Roos definitely put the pedal to the metal through the entire middle of the game, really. And it's only just in the last few minutes that the Ice Blacks managed to really dig it out.
I would say that the Roos will look back on just that first period where they went down 2-1, quick 2 goals by New Zealand before they really knew what was happening, is the difference in this game, because they were pretty much in control from that first period out. But unfortunately, the scoreboard does not show it.
Absolutely. They were, if we had Corsi metrics on the screen, we could show you. They were dominant with possession, but unfortunately, possession time doesn't count for much if you can't find the back of the net.
The only numbers that matter at the end of the day are those on the scoreboard, and the New Zealand Ice Blacks were in the advantage 6-4 here at Queenstown Ice Arena. Stick around for some quality interviews with our man Logan Swinkles on the sideline, and we will be back. I'm Joel Rindelab alongside Casey Lucas. Thanks for tuning in to Game 1 of this 3-game test. We have 2 more, both Friday and Saturday night, so stick around as this series is far from over. Starting puck drop tomorrow night here on Sky Sport 9, we will have the Game 2 between the Ice Blacks and the Mighty Roos, and the follow-up 3rd game on Friday and Saturday as well. So stick around.
Thank you, everyone, and good night.
So what a hard-fought battle, as we had a great backdoor goal here by Stephen Omston, set up by Liam Stewart. Look at this one-timer play as a stretching Davis was unable to get over in time, as we saw nothing but net.
That trio of Sky City Stampede players, you had Strayer, you had Schneider, you had Amston on the ice.
And then the other way, Hazelhurst with a break here, but Perry was able to make a save and a rebound, but Hazelhurst stuck around in front of that crease and was able to poke it home 5-hole, doing his job, crashing the net, and making something happen for the Roos.
Oh, that was a fantastic hard work goal there, and much, much needed if they wanted to stay in the game.
And it seemed every time the Ice Blacks would score, the Roos had a response, as they did good work to keep this tight all the way through, in position to maybe try to steal one, but unable to do so, as Perry was big, as we saw a great save on a redeflection there. And then finally, the great job by Liam Stewart here to pick the pocket, go the other way, find Jordan Chalice for the wide open goal that sealed the deal for the Ice Blacks, taking that victory for game number 1.
And the Ice Blacks are going to be sitting pretty with that 6-4 victory. They're going to be feeling pretty good going into game 2.
Yeah, there's some outstanding action there in the third period. Of course, New Zealand taking it away, slotting home that empty netter there by Jordan Chalice right there at the end. Of course, I'm joined by the victorious captain on game 1, Ice Blacks captain Nick Craig. Those Aussies came at you thick and fast tonight. How did you handle that?
Yeah, it was really tough, Logan. Really, really tough. But it was good to get up 2 goals at the start there and come out firing as well. But they really put up a good match. So tested us right to the end. A few shaky spots at the end for us, playing a lot in the D zone. But with everything we prevailed. So really happy to come away with the W. Yeah,
absolutely. Now, of course, you did go up 2-0 very early on, testing a goalie his first time in the Australian crease. What goes through the bench's collective mind there when you go up early? You're just trying to build on that. You're trying to not rest on your laurels and keep the momentum going?
Absolutely. So it's just building on that confidence, So coming up 2 goals, especially when we rattle their goalie as well. I think Dale Harrop on that second goal, he was right in front of the net. It was just a loose puck, just a garbage goal, but great from Harrop. So it's just really good, rattling the goalie and then building on that throughout the game. So again, boys on the bench are real big pick up to them. So it's great.
Of course, the Australians have sent a pretty strong team over here for the Trans-Tasman Challenge Series. Got very physical at points. There were, we saw a lot of penalties coming, a lot of delayed hit penalties being called. What has happened in game 2 to try and settle things down and take control?
Oh, look, it's a game of hockey, so there's always going to be a bit of back and forth, and especially with our cross-Tasman rivals there. But no, I think it was most of it was reasonably clean. We are still getting used to this late hit rule as well that got introduced this season. So it's fair enough that there was a couple of those being called out there. But look, we just got to stay out of the penalty box ourselves, focus on our own game for the next one, start setting our sights to game 2, and just really bring it to them again. Put everything behind us now, and then only look forward to that game 2.
And of course, you were unfortunately injured last year when the series was in Queenstown. You had to watch it from the bench. Always hard to do. What's it like being back now, being in the squad and being able to be a part of this?
Oh, it's exciting. It's really, really great. Last year, it sucks being injured, and I was watching from the stands. A fast, hard-hitting game last year, and it's brought on a lot of this season as well this year. So it's really fun, really great to be back in the team, back in the squad, and being with the boys. So even better now with that W. So I'm really happy.
Awesome. Just lastly, what are you guys going to do to try and clinch the series in game 2 tomorrow?
Oh, look, just put everything else behind us, like I said before, and focus on what we have to do. Take some of the aspects of that game and correct some of our mistakes, and just build on our momentum and keep it in the ozone and just keep going at them. It's all about turning that pressure onto them and just take it to them. So, looking forward to it.
Awesome, Nick Craig. Thank you for your time. New Zealand Ice Blacks captain. All the best for tomorrow night.
Thanks, Logan. Cheers.
Now, of course, Australia are going to do everything they can to throw their weight around once again against the Ice Blacks. Things were looking pretty tough there. Down 2-0 very early on, but they were able to come back, kept things very close. The Ice Blacks never really were able to get an extensive lead here. It shows a lot of the character with the Mighty Roos, and I'm joined now by towering captain. I talked to you earlier. You weren't in skates, now you are. I'm feeling a lot shorter here, dude. So, down 2-0 really early on. How do you think your boys responded?
I think our guys did great. It was a couple of unlucky bounces for us, I think, which it just shows we haven't played together as a group. Things like that are going to happen. But I'm really happy with how we came back as a group and rallied together to put on a great game.
Now, as we mentioned in the pre-game to start this one, you've got a few rookies. I think 7 is the count here. How do you think they win in their first game?
Fantastic. Couldn't be more proud of my guys. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win. We had two that scored their first goal a couple more that got their first point as a Mighty Roos. So, look, the only thing that would have been better is a win.
Yeah, absolutely. And to do that in Game 2 tomorrow, what do you have to do to try and beat this Ice Blacks team?
I think clean up our end a little bit. Make sure we're not making those little mistakes that cause kind of ugly, messy goals that kind of take the wind out of your sails. So if we can gain momentum like I thought we did a lot of the night tonight, and just carry that right through and just clean up those little errors, we should be in good shape.
Of course, Dane Davis, he responded quite well after giving up those 2 early goals. The Newcastle North Stars goalie there, how do you think he went? Are you proud of how well he's gone in his first game?
Absolutely. Stopped a penalty shot. There was a few very good chances that the Ice Blacks got. Dane stood up really well. He did great.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, stopping a penalty shot, there's a lot of nerves there. You ever had to take one yourself?
Taken a few over the years, not so many anymore, but in my younger days.
Awesome, Liam Webster. Thanks so much for your time. All the best for Game 2 tomorrow.
Thanks a lot.
All right, well, there you have it. Tarian Liam Webster, great guy. There with the Melbourne Ice in the AIHL. Very, very good game, I'd say, in Game 1. Wow, what can you say, really? New Zealand will be really buzzing off that one, as I'm joined again by my commentary team who've done very well for the first call of this series, Casey Lucas and Joel Rindelab. What are your takeaways from this one?
Well, I got to say, that's exactly how New Zealand wants to start this 3-game test, putting that W on the board early, letting Australia know that they may have as strong a side themselves.
Absolutely, and apart from that, the level of competition tonight was just mwah. I mean, it couldn't have been better. We had the back and forth goals. We had that fantastic quick end-to-end action. That's exactly what people bought a ticket for. It's exactly what you watch hockey for. This was basically the platonic ideal of a hockey game.
Now, I mentioned in the second intermission, Joel, I was curious about how we're hearing so many Australian cheers. I did actually do a lap of the rink later on. There's a tiny section of green and gold that have made the trip over. Do you think Australia have what it takes to take Game 2 tomorrow? And
absolutely, absolutely. Glad you did a little bit of a recce, though. Check up on our Aussie mates over there. But excellent, good to see. I think that the Australian side is very deep. They've got a lot of talent. As we saw in the second and third period there, they really stepped it up a notch and show that they can take control of this game if needed.
Oh, absolutely. They controlled the tempo of play for long stretches there. Everything was going right for them except the pucks hitting the back of the net.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw that top line there with the Ice Blacks. Liam Stewart was, he's flying for birthday boy. Looked amazing. That long flowing hair was really going. And of course, Matt Schneider, he loves this bond. He loves playing here in front of Queenstown. Are we going to see more of that tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely. The thing about Matt Schneider is that every year you think he's going to slow down. You think maybe he'll stop the double shifts. Never does.
Awesome. Well, that's it for us here at Queenstown Ice Arena. That's Game 1 of the Trans-Tasman Challenge Series, powered by Queenstown Resort College. Fantastic stuff. Thanks again, Joel and Casey, for joining me. Thank you for watching at home here on Sky Sport 9 and Sky Sport Now.